Ecological issues, they affect us all. And so, tonight on Second Nature, we'll be recycling some old nature footage.
Folks, so you're receiving my transmission out there. Let me get this banner off. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, let's hide that right there. I haven't used StreamYards in a while, so I'm doing something a little different So there may be some technical difficulties, but thank you for everyone for joining, especially my special guest tonight, the Queen of Petty herself. Let's bring her on up here, Ms. Parker.
Hey!
What's crack-a-lackin'?
Oh, this bottle of wine.
Oh, jeepers. Yeah, I got a little drinky poo. I'm just kind of rolling something as well.
Oh, I understood the assignment. When you said you wanted me on, I understood. I've got my drink. I have my other thins. And I have not seen this since it happened. So I'm super excited.
Nice. Now, we did cover a little bit of it, but I'm going to back it up. I don't know if there's particular highlights that you would like to address. We didn't watch it all, so.
You know how I do things. I go in blind and inebriated, so I don't even remember everything. I know I did make him wash his hands.
Yes.
I do remember that. I remember the filthy hands.
That was a good accomplishment, actually. That's rare.
Disgusting.
And that's something I want to bring up, because I don't really... The dynamic between you and Vonhelton is very interesting, right? Yeah. Because on one hand, I don't know if I call you guys friends or frenemies, or... You definitely have an influence on him, and I was bringing up to someone else is because he's still, and I want to leave it a mystery, I'm not saying anything, but he's still in the back of his mind thinks it's a possibility you have a penis. So I find that very intriguing. That
I think there's not only the possibility that I have a penis that intrigues him, but he still thinks in his mind that the gods will arrange for us to be together. So when the CERN switch was pulled, and the gods told him in a dream that we had X amount of outside children, that is now part of the Von lore in his mind. Right. So, I am now in a very special position in the Von universe. Yes, I am his enemy, but at the same time, I'm not you. Mm-hmm. And
that's for sure.
Yeah, so I'm not you. So.
Yeah, we have a special place. And by the way, at any point, if Vonhelton would go for it, if you would mediate a sit-down with me and Vonhelton where we could maybe bury the hatchet, I've offered to him several times.
I can try.
But he wants me to, he said he would consider it if I gave him his wife back, his kids back, his inheritance, his dignity.
Well, that's because you personally are behind a lot of the problems in Von's life. And I think I was trying in this conversation, as we're talking about it, I remember finally figuring it out. Von's not from this universe.
Right.
Yeah, so he's upset with the secular from his universe that ruined his life. Or he's upset with you because you are the secular that ruined the Von in this universe's life, the Von that he has to replace.
Well, I brought that up to him before. I brought that argument many moons ago. I said, well, wait a minute. If you're for Mandela effect, I'm not the secular that did these things to you, so you can't take me to court. But his answer was justice is blind.
Exactly. And the reason that makes sense is because you still did that to the Von of this universe. Granted, you didn't do it to him. You know what I mean? It's still, you messed with a Von. And if you fuck with one Von, you fuck with all the Vons.
Just for the record, folks, I do not use Avon products if you misheard. Not in many years. Skin So Soft was in our house, but other than that. But so that's an interesting dilemma that he's in, a paradox of sorts. Because in either case, he has no standing in court against me.
No, you can't prove it in court because, unfortunately, the technology that CERN is using is top secret, and they won't even admit to it. So it's exceptionally hard. And then when the government controls the courts, as you know, because you're the King of Canada, who also controls the courts and the magistrates in Canada, it's just impossible to try to take down the man. What are you going to do?
I'm exempt. So, so maybe in another parallel universe, I did hire Dr. Del Mundo to move her practice to Kentucky. But I could say on the record here, folks, I cannot confirm or deny in this universe, if I hired Dr. Del Mundo. But, we're going to check this out. I am trying something a little different because I don't do StreamYard a whole lot. And they've kind of changed some stuff I found when I tried to use it.
They've updated some stuff. Isn't it fun? Have you seen all the different layouts and stuff?
Well, I don't pay for it. I'm too cheap. Right?
Okay.
I don't make that big YouTube money. But what I did notice is that, because I used to just use screen cap for my videos and I didn't have an issue, but now it captures desktop sound. And if I try to do that, every time you try to talk, it echoes for you in the audience. And the video echoes, and I have to mute. And so I'm trying to play it right from StreamYard, the video files.
Okay.
So the video itself may be a little bit choppy, but the audio seems fine. So we're going to try it. If it really sucks, I'll do screen cap, and I'll just have to mute it every time we talk. But that's where we're going with this whole crazy thing. But thank you for being here. And someone's asking.
Oh, they want you to turn your camera on. Lusty McButt says.
I don't have my camera set up, or I would.
Oh, shit. We have to set another date then, where me and you can hang out and have another beer, and we can talk Vonheltons.
I literally just got out of the shower, too, just before we did this.
Oh, naked secular.
Well, I'm technically wearing something, but...
Are you?
Yeah, I can't confirm or deny any.
Are you Winnie the Pooh in it? That's what you're doing. It's straight balls on canvas.
I gotta at least wear boxers because I have like a leather couch thing. So
yeah, you don't want to. Yeah.
That gets difficult. But yeah, so we're gonna do that. And I apologize about the time zone thing. I miscalculated. I thought you were only 2 hours behind. So when I told you the time, it kind of got messed up a little. So that's why we were a little late, folks. That was my fault.
No worries.
But let's see if we can switch. So I'm new to doing this kind of thing here. So we're gonna try to add this to the stream.
Okay. And I'm like, what?
There it is.
There it is. So we're going to skip ahead. I don't know if you've been keeping up. I haven't watched the newest, but Vonhelton posted a morning coffee this morning. He went on a breakfast rant because of his eggs by the Von.
I did see something about it. He was mad about eggs and sausage, or he was at least proving to people that his eggs were good.
Yeah,
that's what I got from it. I didn't watch it all, so I don't know.
And then John did a interesting cooking video with the eggs as well. Now John calls paprika pica. I don't know how he says it, but it's kind of funny. Just because he's an idiot. Other than that, it's not that funny. But I'm going to skip up here because Miss Parker makes an entrance. Now the first part of this we didn't catch all of that.
Ooh,
so I might back it up.
Afro. I do like my afro. It's fine.
Listen, I commented. I didn't know in today's environment if it was appropriate, but you're looking pretty good in the stream. I gotta say, you're.
Thank you.
So
I've been working hard on those locks.
I want to back it up because at the beginning, though, where you come in, I don't know really what happens way back here because you come in early.
I did. Honestly, I don't even remember why I came in. I was just getting out the shower. So you see my hair is wet as shit. I'm just getting out the shower. I saw that they were live and I was thinking of you. And I was like, I haven't made any Von content in a while. Like, I was feeling like, oh, the trolls, haters, and naysayers don't talk about me anymore. So I have to do something because I need attention.
Okay.
So they were live, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go in there. And I went in the chat, and I told John, I said, I'm not coming up unless you leave. So John went backstage, and then I came up.
I don't know. It's a toss-up. John or Sam from Israel. That Sam guy.
This is my first time talking to Sam. He was, it was a thing.
He was all right, actually, in this. He kind of stepped back and let you do your thing and laughed a few times. Yeah, I will give Sam credit. He is the guy behind the magnetic spoon incident. So he has trolled Von a couple times and been kind of funny. Okay. But the rest of the time is just him. His mic's cranked to like 15, and he's like screaming about liberals and anyways, I don't want to get into that, but he's just, it's really annoying.
I'm ready. Let's do the thing.
All right. I'm going to mute.
Taxes to pay. I got shit that, I'm a landlord, man. I've got responsibilities.
So you took over all the property.
Yeah.
And now you're collecting the rent.
Correct. And so I am a literal baron now, which is kind of cool because I used to be a baron. I used to be a baron figuratively in the computer games, and now I'm a baron in real life, which is kind of cool. So the gods have a way of working everything out to where it really ends up being really cool.
And you're no longer destitute. At least
I'm no longer destitute.
Yeah, you're not destitute. Because that's what I was wondering. I'm like, how is Von surviving right now? What income is he making? So you're collecting on the properties.
I'm going to start collecting on the properties here soon.
You haven't started yet?
Not yet. Well, like I said, I still got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of stuff to do.
Is your name on the properties?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everything's in my name. Everything's all mine. What the Frosts had done, they came in there with a fraudulent document. So the Frosts are in hot water. They just don't know it yet.
What fraudulent document?
The will. They come in there with a fake will. The will was
so
not
they have
real.
a fake will that says the property goes.
Well, it's okay. Let me word it differently.
Because I've been out of the loop. So you're talking to me like I've been paying attention, and I promise I haven't watched Secular in a while.
Well, that's
so
good.
I don't know what's going on.
That's probably why
now.
you still have functioning brain cells. Anyway, the point is,
we're gonna fix that with some marijuana in just a second. But you tell me what's going on.
Well, the thing of it is that okay, the thing of it is that it was. Let me reword it. Okay, it isn't a fraudulent document in the fact that they sat down and literally wrote a fake document. What they done was they took an older will for when he was still listed as executor, and that's what they submitted to court. Okay.
So do you have a more updated will?
Oh yes.
Okay, so
yes.
Okay, so it's not that their will is fake; it's that their will is outdated. And
so again, I apologize. The video's choppy. If it gets really bad, I'll just go to the old school. But before we get too into this will and all this kind of crazy stuff, it does beg the question. Like a lot of people have been asking, like, what the hell is Vaughn living on? Now we know we got the chunk of money.
That's what I was trying to get to the bottom of, right? Like, how is he surviving? He says he's collecting money from the people who rent out the other property that his mother had. Exactly. So how does that work?
Well, he did say, correct, he said, I will be soon. Now, he did get a chunk of money up front, so rather than this $250 a month, he got, but that's estate money, I understood, that to, like, maintain the estate. And then he already blew 10 grand of the 30 grand, like, months ago. He had already went through it, and then he's, like, throwing, now, again, that we don't know about the Brittany Ventney thing, exactly what went on there.
The what thing?
Remember the girl, the alt-right chick that he's in love with? He threw a $3,000 donation.
No, I don't know about that.
Oh, you didn't see any of that shit?
I didn't. When I told Vaughn, hey, I don't know what's going on, I'm so serious. I didn't. I don't know. Yeah.
So there's this popular YouTube. She's kind of one of these edgy alt-right. I don't know much about her. Does Brittany
The last
Ventney?
time he had like some woman overseas. He had like 2 or 3 girlfriends. That was the last time Vaughn was like throwing money to somebody. Was the stupid little Taiwanese girlfriends or something?
Well,
like that.
surprise! That was like a website where that's like
yeah,
I'll come and marry you.
Exactly.
Send me money, and he was going on how they ripped him off too, about how $1,500 or whatever.
Yeah, that's the
right?
last time I remember. So you're telling me after that, another woman got him for some money.
Well, it's not that she got him. He was trying to get attention from her.
Oh.
And was hoping to get an interview. Now, when he first came out with it, he bragged it was him that did it. And he went on a whole spiel. Because all of a sudden this donation comes up on her live stream. James Paul Vonhelton, whatever, $3,000. And she was... And he apparently is trying to get an interview with her or something, right? And... all he really got was, well, thanks, that's big dick energy or whatever she said, right?
Uh-huh.
And then he's like, I am a light in the darkness and I do good things for people, and he took credit. But then when he got
Darkwing Duck her chat.
Well, then he reversed it when he got some flack, like, you're spending estate money or blah blah blah. And then the story was someone did it on his behalf.
Somebody was trolling him, used his name to send her money to make him look stupid.
To make him, well, he thought they were on his side, apparently, trying to get an interview. What probably happened, what I'm thinking, is someone trolled him, gave the donation, then took the donation back, right? Because who's going to put $3,000 in Von Helton's name, right? The whole thing's just fishy. So it's either he did it and is lying now after the fact, or someone did it and took the donation back and just made him look like an idiot.
Oh, my God.
Either way. But the point is, we know that this is months ago, like back in like fucking January, February or something. He admitted he already went through 10 grand. And I mean, he just took over like December, November before, right?
Oh, what is he fucking... Oh my God, no, he's pulling a Rev. Yeah, he's doing the OnlyFans cam girl bullshit.
He's got to be doing something. He's got to be a market out there.
But there's still, that doesn't explain to us how he's able to sustain his little bullshit life. The lights are still on. He still has the fucking internet. Like, what the fuck is really going on, you guys? Anyway, I don't know.
And then he's saying, too, he's paying people because he don't cut the grass. He don't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
Now, here's the next thing that's weird. So there could be a little bit of estate money left that he's squandering and, like, whatever. But what's interesting
is... her credit?
I don't think
Remember
she's got any
Rev
credit
for like a minute? Lived off like just her credit cards or whatever,
coasting for a while. I don't know. I think a lot of those got shut. But I would give him the benefit of the doubt that there's a little bit of estate money and whatever. That's what he's gliding on. He does get EBT. He admits to that. So he does
free there.
The internet's free. There's still an electric bill. There's still some stuff. There's property maintenance, which is the next thing. Is he has big plans. He kicked out the renters, which would have been income. Even if it was $300 or whatever. And I'm pretty damn sure these buildings are not zoned for humans to live in. I think that's one hurdle he's going to have to face, because I know one of them was registered as a shed or something, right? So I think Ma Helton was just kind of under the table renting these things for like $400 a month.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to have to bring this shit up to code. He can't do it.
Before he can even rent it out.
Right, unless he finds some, whatever.
Idiot. Yeah.
Right? But, like, he's talking about the one lady destroyed the living room and has to be redone. And then he hasn't even went down and checked Larry Frost's place. He had someone else do it. Like, we almost had him convinced for a little while Larry was still there and just changed the room around. It was broadcasting from the same house. He doesn't know. He's too lazy. He won't go down the road and check. So, what the hell? He can't bring this shit up to code and do it legit. And, like...
None of it's going to make sense. Also, Lubis, fuck you. I don't have a butt crack on my chest.
What?
Yeah, he says I have a butt crack on my chest. It's not a butt crack. That's not a butt.
That ain't a butt.
It's not a butt.
Just one more time, can we get it just to confirm that?
Oh yeah, that's not a butt for science.
Okay. Thank you.
For science.
All right, let's proceed with the video here.
Well, but they're still
right, but they're still in trouble because they tried to pass that older will off as the latest, most legitimate will, which it is not. And so they're still in a lot of hot water. They're still.
When your mom when your mother did this last will, was she competent to do the will?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. This was
because that might be what they contest.
Well, they can't. No, she was more than competent when she wrote the will. She wrote the will way back in 2018, for fuck's sake. So yeah.
Because I remember as she was getting older, sometimes her memory and everything was getting a little funky.
And that's the thing. They tried to say her occasional bouts of memory led to dementia, which it did not. Okay?
Well, no, dementia is
when you're out of your mind. She's not out of her mind.
No, dementia comes in stages. It doesn't. It's not like all or nothing. It comes like I'm dealing with grandparents right now who are in their 90s, and they, it happens very gradually. Sometimes it happens fast for some people. Right. Sometimes it's very gradual.
What's the diagnosis on the president, on Mr. Biden?
I tell you,
with his dementia.
Well, as far as Biden is concerned, I think he does have dementia because he has seen things. He has talked about stuff that wasn't relevant.
Show me where Biden saw something that wasn't real.
Oh, there was. What was it? It was he had like the ambassador to India next to him and said he was the ambassador to Sweden.
Okay, so that's a flummox. That's like, I don't know if that's seeing something that's not real.
Well, it has to be. It has to be.
You misspeak all the time. So does that mean you're crazy?
That.
Yes, you
not
do.
With the guy standing next to me.
Oh, you have.
No,
you have.
No, I have not.
But, man, you better stop.
Quit.
You better stop. You're doing the most.
Be nice to Monday today. So
is it?
Nice. Yes.
And let me check my calendar. Hold on. Let me see. No, it's not today, Vaughn. It is not today. Look, it's not on my calendar.
Today.
It's not there.
That is today, woman.
It's not today.
It is.
Today is not your birthday. Your birthday is the only day I got to be nice to you. You said
That's
so.
That's not until October, though.
Exactly. So today is not that day. Okay? You said I have to be nice to you on your birthday. Today is not your birthday.
No, today is not my birthday.
Okay.
It'll be nice to Monday. So.
I'll be moderately nice to you.
Moderately nice. Okay.
I'll be moderately
Very
nice.
Good. Very good.
He is completely taken by you. You have him.
Yeah. Because we talk off camera too sometimes.
Uh-huh.
So I like talking to Vaughn. I've allowed Vaughn to be himself. I don't know exactly how we built this relationship. It is very strange.
Right.
He finally believes me that I'm not actively trying to hurt him.
Right.
He knows for a fact that you have ruined his life.
Right.
He also now believes I don't have anything to do with that.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm just an innocent bystander, and he understands that I just like talking to him, and I like laughing at him. So we've built this weird relationship. Same thing with Alexandra Myers. And me and G-Man have now started building that relationship. So it's really weird, but they're finally understanding that I'm not the person fucking with you. I talk to the people fucking with you, but it's not me.
Right.
And they're starting to enjoy just being able to talk to me, and like, I guess it's a shield. It's almost like for him, there's a shield there. He can address a lot of the stuff you guys say in chat by talking to me without having to deal with you guys telling him that he lied.
Okay, well, no, fair enough. All right, let's
I'm his safe space.
All right. Again, folks, I apologize if the video's choppy. We'll get this all figured out at some point, but let's move on.
Very good. But yeah,
What's going on in your love life? No, I don't care anymore. What's going on in your love life?
What's going on in my love life?
Yes.
Nothing yet.
You ain't got no prospects. You ain't been talking to nobody. You're not on any sites. You ain't dating.
When I get my millions back, I'm gonna have women lined up all the way down the
That's
fucking
not
road.
how money. That's not how money works, sweetie.
I'm sorry, but that is how it works because that's
You'll
how
have
lot
a bunch of
these guys get
hookers.
all these women hanging around. Hey,
Yeah.
he's got money. Look at him. Fucking Hugh Hefner was ugly as a mud fence, but he had 20-year-olds hanging all over him. Why? Because he had money, honey.
No,
money
it's because
talks.
it wasn't just the money. It's because he put every single one of those women in a position to better their lives. I don't know if you're the Hugh Hefner of Kentucky that you think you are, my friend.
No, they did. I just saw an expose on Hugh Hefner on Playboy in the mansion over there.
It's a very
Well, now,
interesting situation that he did there. It wasn't just money that he was
Well,
dabbling
now,
in.
in all seriousness, for a minute, actually, one of the things that I will do when I get my money is get big into philanthropy, because not only are you helping people, but you get a return on your investment, and you can invest your money into it wisely that way. So yeah, I will.
So you gonna give me $100,000, Vaughn?
I never said you, woman.
That would be philanthropy.
What'd you do for me?
Philanthropy isn't about what you need. It's about
What
giving
have
people
you
what they
done for
need.
me lately?
That's not philanthropy.
What have you done for me lately?
That's an exchange. That's
What have
commerce,
you
what you're
done for
talking
me?
about. What have
What
I
have
done
you-
for you? I have graced you with me. That's what's happening right now. You have been graced with me, and you owe me now. You understand? Now you owe me.
Listen to this woman. Listen to this woman.
Let me tell you something. If I decide to share this out right now and tell everybody that I'm on here, you and I both know these views are going to go up.
They are.
So
but
what are
that-
you
that don't
going to do
mean
for
shit.
me? Yeah, it
I
does.
ain't
What you
gonna
going
do
to do
shit.
for me?
Honey,
You still have it. You know you owe me something. You
If
promised
every-
me something and you never gave it to you. Remember? Do you remember what you promised me, Mr. Vaughn?
I promised you something.
You did. You made a promise to me and you have yet to fulfill it. It's almost a year now. We had an interview and we sat down and talked, and you made a emphatic promise to me and
I
never
did.
kept it. Yes.
I didn't.
Yes,
What
you
was that
did.
emphatic promise?
The emphatic promise was you had
I love
hard
this fuck
drives
shit right here.
that you needed to get the information off that was going to prove what these assholes have been doing on the internet. And I told you I can get the information off of the hard drives if you get me the hard drives. You
Oh.
promised
Yeah,
that
the
I
hard
was going to
drive-
get
yeah, the
those hard
hard
drives.
Okay, well, first of all, the hard drives are in that computer over in the single wide, and that's number one. Number two.
And now they're
Yeah, so-
confiscated by the FBI.
Yeah, that's the obstacle. Now, remember, it was back in the closet. I mean, if the guy can't go to the back of the closet, he's not going to go over to the single wide. Come on now, folks.
He
I
was
think-
in the single wide when he promised them to me and told me they were in the garage or the shed that had his remember he was building the models
Yeah.
and he was going to build the track for his kids for all the art for all the cars. That's where they were. Now they're back in the single wide where he can't get them,
Yeah, apparently.
and somehow they moved, but they still never got to me.
Yeah, I mean, these hard drives, just so we know, there is a standing offer. I don't want to name names, but someone has offered to Frost. If something, heaven, the gods forbid, happens to Vaughn and they have to clean out the single wide.
And they find the hard drives.
Someone has made there is an offer out there for the hard drives. Now, I personally, I'm more interested in what's on the belly of Lake Alice. I think that there's a few hard drives out there myself, but that's my own.
I remember when you brought that up.
Yes.
And I've never been able to stop thinking about Lake Alice.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is something eerily scary about Vaughn.
Yeah.
And I do believe you guys scared him with a few of the conversations, especially the conversation with Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
And after that conversation, if you look at the timeline, Vaughn gets rid of a computer at that time.
Yeah,
He
well,
has to get a new computer. It's real ironic that he just needs a new computer after the Kelly situation.
so what happened during the week of Kelly, when everything broke, the whole the famous "Come On Down, Kenny," that whole video. So the guy in the background is another dude named Monograph, which I don't even want to get into that.
We don't have, yeah, it's a thing.
But he promised Monograph by that Friday or whatever, he was going to provide all these text logs and the email from Blog TV, and Monograph said, and then his hard drive fizzled out and he had to get a new one.
Exactly.
Though he never missed a beat, folks, of being streaming on the internet. It's not like he was down for a day or two. He's just all of a sudden, no hard drive.
Yeah, just gone.
So like, where is that hard drive?
Yeah, and then you bring up the Lake Alice, and I'm like, drain Lake Alice. I remember that was like a mantra you have going on, which you totally need to turn into merch. I don't know if you already did or not, but totally needs to be merch. And I'm like, yeah, I bet you there's something there. And I don't know if a hard drive is ruined after it's waterlogged, but I am honestly interested. I want the hard drives. I want them so bad. And I've told Vaughn, like, if there's something on there, I promise to turn it over. And that is my that is my Girl Scout fucking honor to everyone that hears my voice. If Vaughn gets me those hard drives and I find something that needs to be reported, it will be reported.
Yeah.
I just need the hard drives. He says that there's evidence that you and the trolls, haters, and naysayers organized, strategized, maliciously, nefariously destroyed his family, got his wife assaulted, took his children, stole Jerry's money, and he has the goddamn hard drives to prove it. I would love to send that to Canada to get you locked up. There would be nothing better for me than to get you locked up for terrorizing Vaughn. But Vaughn will not give me the information to do so.
You've heard it here, folks. So, I mean, so if I remember the events correctly, and everything kind of blurs together as a haze from back then, but what he's actually referring to is because he believes that Mouse was, the claim is she was sexting with all these guys, which, whatever, on her phone, whatever. But he has spread this rumor that we, and I mean the little group, myself, Dusty McButt, Kenny KPZ, the whole Dr. Dissent, that
evil,
whole
nefarious trolls,
that we were talking to Mouse through Facebook and other social media platforms, and he has all the evidence on her computer. Now, why he can't take screenshots, I have no idea. But that's what the big evidence is on these hard drives, right? But the thing is, none of us actively talked to her on Facebook. That whole interview with Andrea was happenstance. It was she actually reached out because he was shit-talking her, same way with the Frost, same with everybody else. And it was just the right time at the right place. And actually, that night, I was out doing something else. I came home, liquored up, and I get a message, get the fuck in here. And I'm like, whoa, and I jump in, and it's Mouse telling her story, right?
And that's when really the shit started hitting the fan. When Mouse started talking to you nefarious trolls, that gave Vaughn the validation and the verification that you were influencing her. That's all he needed. There is evidence that you were talking to her, so there's evidence that you've been talking to her. And that's how the logic rolls.
So there's an irony to this, of course, with Vonhelton. There's always layers of irony here. But the funny thing is, there were a group of trolls that actually were talking to her on Facebook. And those very people, he has done live streams with since.
Has no idea.
Well, no, he does. He knows. He knows it was them, but has no problem with them, but continues to assert that it was me and my little gaggle of trolls, I guess. But it wasn't. That's the irony. He blames me for this stuff, but the people who actually did stuff and he knows, he doesn't care. He sits there and live streams with them and jokes about and talks about and whatever. And I'm just like, dude, these are the people you're accusing me of. Like, these are the people that called him at 4 a.m, that sent him stuff to his house.
Von Logic is really interesting. It's just really, really interesting. And it could be that he's been able to forgive them because they've given enough information to excuse themselves from the situation. Like, they were either brainwashed by you, they were manipulated by you, they were used. Any one of those things could be accepted for Vaughn to accept them back. You know what I mean? We saw it with G-Man for a while. You know what I mean? Like, he'll just kind of rotate through people who keep Shani did it with Jules. How many times did Jules burn Shani?
Right. Well, 100%.
Yeah. So they kind of,
But that's just the whole thing. Because when it's me, forget about it.
Because you're the big bad. You don't understand. You're the big baddie. If this is like an old school spaghetti western, you are the black hat villain.
And you know why that is? You know what the reality is?
I've never got to the bottom of it. My Dark Parker theory is that you, because he can't figure out exactly who you are, you have to be the most nefarious. He's been able to figure out kind of everybody else, but he can't figure you out. He doesn't know your name. He doesn't know where you live. He can't figure anything out about you. And that scares him to his core. So the scariest thing to Von is the unknown. And you are the most unknown thing to him. Yet you've always touched his life. So to him, you're like the biggest bad there could ever be.
That's one of the things for sure that disturbs him. But where it really hit the fan, and you'll hear it, and this is another thing I just want to correct for the record here. Vonhelton, I had met Vonhelton on Stickam first, and he had like 100 subscribers. He still had teeth.
What the fuck is that?
So Stickam, actually what it was a video chat conference thing. So there was Pal Talk, which was just kind of like Clubhouse and stuff where you just do audio. But it was like a place where they had like 8 docs or 10 docs where people could come up and just talk. And there was like religious debate rooms, science rooms, philosophy, blah, blah, blah. And I first stumbled in there doing the religious debates. That's how I have the name Secular Opinion. I used to be more in the whole atheist, whatever shit, right? And there was this crazy guy named Vonhelton who still had teeth. I remember when he got his teeth pulled and he was having trouble talking.
The videos with him with teeth freak me out.
Yeah, I know. It's like putting teeth on an orange or something.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God.
So jump ahead, right? I had I wonder what happened to this Vonhelton guy, right? The only times I ever talked to him, he kicked me out of the room, anyways, right? So I found him and I made a few response videos to him, and eventually but they weren't, I didn't even swear, I didn't do anything, and I was more into debunking videos back then. I used to go and like get all the evidence and And I do
remember your atheist debunking videos, like 1 or 2 of them, because they came up with the logic videos at one point in time in that kind of circuit. Okay, yeah, I think I remember seeing some of your weird stuff. You never showed your face, did you?
No, I used to get on camera. My girlfriend at the time actually made some. It's
Maybe
off
it
and
wasn't
on.
You then, but okay,
kind of like now. I'll get on camera than not, but I was on more often than not back then. And my girlfriend at the time actually made me like a tinfoil hat I used to wear, and I used to have a ponage chart. Every time I'd
because
rate
poning was a thing back then, and that's how old we are. Yep.
Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. So that got under his skin a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. But what really changed the tide, right? As soon as you start doing, and people hated me. Like, I didn't have many subs. I got death threats. I got people saying they're going to meet me at work. They told me to drown myself in my fish tank. I had one guy sent me a video like, what are you going to do when you wake up and your kids are getting raped and you got a butcher knife up your ass? God. Yeah. So it got intense, right? But but I did have some people reach out to me, right? And I had this one particular person whose name will remain nameless. And they're like, we used to hang out with Vonhelton in Ohio, and we have VHS tape of when he's claiming to be secret ops and army and all this stuff, and he's 130 pounds soaking wet, and that's the Humble Commode tape. Welcome to the Humble Commode.
And that's how you got the secret footage of him.
Right. So I got it. I put it out there, which disproves he's the Punisher and all this stuff, and that's why he hates my guts.
Oh yeah,
that's
you're
where it all
the worst.
started.
No, you are the worst thing ever because you're his evil villain.
Yeah,
you're legit because you were there at the very beginning of his inception. So every time he looked around, you were there. You are this looming shadow that's always there, laughing and mocking him. You're evil.
But exposing
you're an evil villain.
At the time it was that you got to remember at that time it was about preppers and the truthers, and he was Mr. Black Ops. I was out doing this stuff. That was a big part of his identity. And we had to fight it, and because he's trying to say it was the 70s and all this. But I went and actually contacted Pepsi and confirmed that the font used on a Pepsi bottle in the background of the video was from 1987. And so, unless he can time travel for real, that Pepsi bottle can't exist, right?
You are. You are his nemesis. That's why. I don't know.
That's why he hates me the most at anybody. No matter what he says,
Luthor
that's
to his
why.
Superman. Yeah. You destroy everything for him.
Now that has switched around, of course, and now it's that I contacted people and dug up all this information on him in Ohio.
He's been able to make it make sense because you've been there from the beginning. How else would you get that secret information? How else would you know about his wife? How else would you be able to contact the judge in his county if you weren't involved with the frost and knew everything from the beginning. You were somehow involved with the people who went to his high school. This is a whole situation that can go all the way to the top, man.
Well, this is where he come up that I was David Sandlin. And for a while he called me David Sandlin, a.k.a. Rollo. That was the guy's name back. That's where I got the nickname Rollo. And he says I'm a guy that went to high school with him. And that, yeah. Well, I'm the guy's like at least 12 or 15 years older than me, right? There's no way, right? But I was a draft dodger, Rollo, and I found the actual David Sandlin, by the way. And he was like a 40-something-year-old divorced truck driver at the time that would have made a grease spot out of Vaughn. And Vaughn at the time was threatening to put my quote-unquote docs on a grinder on all these gay sites. So I was going to forward all that to the real David Sandlin.
So he would be prepared, like, hey, this dude's fucking with you.
He would go down and kick the shit out of Vaughn. Like, this guy was like a big, kind of burly, heavy-set fucking guy. He'd make mincemeat out of Vaughn. But I didn't. I said, no, I'm not going to drag this guy in. But that's where all that comes from. But I want to get back to the video here, but really quick, I'm sorry, Wilson, thank you very much. He says, Vaughn's idea of philanthropy is offering to emancipate all the 15-year-old girls and have them move in with him.
It sounds about right, yeah.
Well, that's interesting. He talked to, like, that kind of charity as, like, an investment.
Exactly. It's an investment. Like, that's not philanthropy, homie. That's literally the opposite of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could see if it was anybody else, I could see, like, it's an investment in my community, and I get the return by seeing, you know, the effects on the community and the happy faces. Like, I get that, but that's not what Vaughn means. That's not what Vaughn means. So, and one more thing, Todd Malico, thank you very much. Vaughn hates anyone who outs his lies with reason, facts, and evidence. Well, that if you intellectually challenge Vonhelton, he loses his shit.
Yes, he does. Yes. Unfortunately.
So, that is where the conversation goes. But let's move on with the video.
You could walk over there. Problem solved.
No. You don't understand, okay? Because of dealings in district court, everything in that single wide has become property of the Clay County, Kentucky court system. So it's all going to Clay County court system, every bit of it. It is. I'm not joking.
So you waited so long to where the state has now confiscated what you.
Well, they haven't confiscated it. What it is, it's going to be, it's basically going to be entered in as evidence. Okay, that's basically what it is. It's how do I word this? Because of what the Frost had done and the trolls had done to Andrea and myself and to the kids, everything on that backup computer is now going to be admissible as evidence. So it has to be given to Clay County court system. Primarily a female judge, by the way. I can't wait to see the expression on her face when she reads the filth on those hard drives. Her eyes is going to be this fucking big.
And under what case would a judge see this? As I guess I'm confused because you're saying it's entered in
slander, libel, defamation. Holy shit! Where do I
any
end?
of these things
my
gone?
God, harassment. I mean,
are there any case numbers?
Nothing yet. No, I've got like I said, I've got to deal. I got to deal with my property and stuff that I'm doing now and get that stable first. Then I'm going to be going back and you go back and you revisit cases. Okay.
It's the case. It's called the Vonhelton saga.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a saga.
Well, the thing of it is like I said, you can revisit cases, which is exactly what I will be doing. But you got to I'm taking everything in chronological order, if you will, because I need to get the properties stable and money coming in and shit like that before I can leapfrog into other shit. Okay, so it's that I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I got this down. Like I said, I took 2 years of real estate law, so I'm good.
Did you hear about the aliens in Vegas?
Did you hear about the aliens in my backyard, sweetheart?
I already know about the alien that Vaughn shot. Everybody knows about the alien that Vaughn.
No. This is new.
What? No, let me tell you mine first.
Okay, tell you yours first.
Because mine made national news.
It did.
Okay? Yeah, you didn't hear. Okay, yes, I swear.
No, I didn't know.
You can Google it right now. UFO.
So just before we move into the Las Vegas UFO alien incident. Just before we get into that, which Vaughn did actually cover, but this is Vaughn's like iron memory, his iron trap mind, right? He actually just covered this a couple weeks ago. But that aside, what's interesting is Vaughn the other day when talking about his new little buddies that are putting on. I think it's more than a coincidence, folks, that he's all getting visited by his alien friends now that he's been exiled from a UFO community. That whole goof on thing that he's fighting with. Did you see that shit?
I did not know he was fighting with the UFO community.
Yeah,
Vaughn loves aliens. Why would he be fighting with the UFO
Well, what
community?
happened was, like every other community he gets into, he, by happenstance, a guy, this goof on, it's an acronym. Like, apparently it's a play on some UFO community thing. But these guys, this is a big YouTuber, UFO channel. And once in a while he does panels, right? Now these guys are UFOs, they're a little quacky, but they're more the, at least put on the front that we're objective and we're trying, like they actually do debunk.
They really do their best to be like legitimate.
They're trying to be legit and objective, and they put on that face, which is fine, whatever. I don't know these people,
It's
right?
fun.
So cool. Vonhelton and Solar Marshal, Solar Marshal is that's one of his big YouTubers he likes to watch, right? So Vaughn was in the chat. And just by happenstance, this guy decided to do a panel. I guess he doesn't do them very much, and threw out the link. So Vonhelton got in on this panel of these people, and they're all different YouTubers, and they do there's some, they got thousands of subs and big views, and Vonhelton's of course trying to be somebody, right?
Oh no!
So and he didn't talk too much, but long story short, the guy just basically told Vonhelton, "We don't want you back. You talk over people, and
he's rude. He doesn't know how to have a conversation."
Apparently, there was an altercation. Blue got in somehow, and of course, dished the beans on Vaughn. And this guy looked into Vaughn and was just, "No, thank you. You're just not someone I want to associate with." So now Vaughn has been exiled from the UFO community. But the joke's on them, because right after that night, UFOs started visiting him. If only they kept him in the community, he could share
what was really going on in his yard, because he's one of the only people who gets to see them like that. And I mean, he's actually talked to them, so they are missing out.
I did want to bring up another irony of sorts that I hope isn't lost on people. I brought this up before. He went on a big thing about this famous case in Kentucky where there was a shootout with aliens and all this stuff, right? And he was like, "How stupid are they? The first thing they did was shoot," and they comes out with the hands up, which he says the aliens know the international sign for surrender.
They know. Everyone knows because it's something that you learn when you watch Star Trek.
Right.
And everybody knows that aliens have Star Trek. So
interplanetary, possibly, but not international, right?
Interplanetary, interuniversally, intercrustally,
But the funny thing is, he's criticizing these people for their actions, yet his first encounter with an alien, what did he do? He pulled out the gun and shot at the alien in the garbage.
And he didn't even ask questions. He didn't ask questions. He shot, and which is really, really sad, because isn't that the great alien Vaughn shot?
Yeah.
The very first one, who has a YouTube channel that's still alive, which is
great. He made it out, folks. So
okay. I just wanted to make sure that's the same alien. I'm really curious to hear from Great Alien as to these UFO sightings. Like maybe Great Alien can inform us as to why we're seeing more. What they're looking for.
Are they the same aliens? Like, would Vonhelton shot at the alien?
Yeah, I can totally understand. I don't know what's going on. I have to talk to an alien.
It's the shit abyss.
Las Vegas. So apparently there was a family outside and they were in their backyard, and a UFO came down and they saw the animals, the creatures or whatever, and then they called 911.
Okay. What do you call the tall ones there, Vaughn? The tall ones? The ones that are tall.
Tall whites, yeah.
They were, but they did not describe them as tall whites. Like these were like freaking lizard people situation individuals, right? Yeah. And so that happened.
Oh, you mean the very reptilians that I keep talking about and everybody?
Yes, that's why you think I was trying to talk to you. I sent you an email and everything. I'm like, dude, you're like,
me an email,
I did. Go check your emails.
I did.
Check your emails. I sent you an email. I did.
Dude, I'm not seeing shit.
Then you changed your email.
Nope. Still
I don't like you.
Hotmail.com. It ain't changed.
No, you're lying.
No, I'm not lying, damn it.
You're trying to do me. I sent you an email because I got excited. Because listen, shut up. Don't say that to me. We've been down this road before. Don't you say shit like that to me.
I'll say whatever I want, woman. And you
listen, I was talking to Alexandra Myers. And remember, we were all sitting down and we had a really fun time talking about aliens and Bigfoot. And I want to do that again. And she's open to it. And she said, just give her 24-hour notice. And I want to do Parker and Friends again, where we sit back and we talk about all this stuff, because there's a whole bunch of them now. There was a mermaid that just washed up on shore.
Well, you know that the only mermaid story that matters though is the one where the U.S. Navy was actually involved. Now
I don't know about that one.
That has a lot of credibility because
See,
the U.S.
this is
Navy,
the kind of stuff we could be talking about.
U.S. Navy was actually involved in that shit. The U.S. These two boys, they found this dead mermaid. And they reported it. You know, they did the right thing and reported it. The problem is that when you report it, here comes the fucking Navy. Battleships and everything. Here they fucking come, big old ships. All these Navy personnel show up, scoop up the fucking mermaid, and they're gone with that sumbitch, man. So yeah, that shit was legit.
See? This is the kind of conversations we could be having.
That was legit. When the Navy shows up and they scoop the shit up and they disappear with it, yeah, that shit was real. Fuck yes, it was. But
well, I know that the carcass, supposedly a carcass washed up. You know I don't believe in any of this stuff, but I love talking about it.
Well, the thing of it is, if the Navy's involved, it's probably real, okay? Because why else would they show up? I mean, if it's bullshit, why would the Navy show up?
Where are you situated, Mrs. Parker?
She's out in Las Vegas or something, I think.
Yeah, Las Vegas. You got it. You know where I'm at.
Oh, you're in Vegas? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
She lied to me and said she was in Kentucky. And
I was in Kentucky when I told you I was in Kentucky. People move places.
Yeah,
I spent a year in Kentucky, goofball.
Okay. 1 year? That's not bad.
I go out and visit. I spent a year out there because my dad was dying. You know the whole freaking story, Goofy.
I was in New York longer than that.
Okay, so I don't like being in Kentucky.
Oh, give me a break. Kentucky's so much fucking nicer, and it's a hell of a lot quieter. It's a lot quieter.
It is quieter, but there's a lot of Vonheltons in Kentucky, and I can only handle one.
Honey, I am mild compared to some of the motherfuckers down here.
I said, I can only handle one of you.
I'm a nice guy. I told you I'm a nice guy. No. But anyway, back to my story. Because you told me about your UFO. Now, let me tell you about mine.
Mm-hmm.
I got my little buddy. He showed back up again just recently. Okay, and he's hanging out over the ridge line there, and everything's cool. And,
did you shoot at him again?
No, that's not the same one.
Am I bad?
No, that fucking 3-footer that was aggravating my dogs and shit. No, this is totally different.
Okay.
This guy's cool. This one's cool. Okay. He just kind of hovers over the ridge line there. Every now and then he'll scan the ridge line for minerals, I guess. But he just kind of hangs out and chills out up there, and he seems to be pretty cool. So, but you know, here just more recently, he came back. He started hanging out again. And so I made a video. I said, once again, I famously said, let me go get my camera. But this time, instead of streaking across the sky in about half a second, he actually stayed there. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I went and got my camera, come back out, and I'm starting to film him. And he fucking cloaks on me. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to film you. He cloaks. He disappears. Okay, he goes invisible.
So you have no footage?
Now, hang on. He goes invisible. And I said, dude, I'm trying to record you. So the people will believe me or something to that effect. And I said, I need you to
So Vaughn, this is, I don't know if you noticed this, but the other day, whether, purposely or whatever, Solar and crew were gassing Vaughn up. They reviewed this video, and Solar used this magnifying program to magnify this. It looks like a star or something, right? So basically what happened, I don't know if you saw this video from Vaughn's porch.
I did not.
This is old. This is back when Mousy was still there. So they did attempt to videotape, but it's just like a dot, a light dot, and the clouds pass in front of it, and then the clouds pass. And Vonhelton has convinced himself that it was cloaking and uncloaking. But to make matters worse now, and since he's been crying about this goof on and them rejecting him because he submitted this video and they laughed at it and said no, it's not a UFO. Solar has now used this magnifying program, and you just see this dot as the clouds pass, and he's like, "Oh my God, Vaughn! It just turned on its side. Did you just see that, Vaughn?" And Vaughn's like, "Oh my God, it did. Play that again." "Yeah, there it is, Vaughn. It turned on its side. Now it's rotating. It's pulling maneuvers, Vaughn." Now Vaughn's story is it was doing loop-de-loops in the sky for him.
Because you can see it moving and shifting. You can see, because if you zoom in on something that's cloaked with good technology, just okay, I know you've been watching, you ever see X-Files?
Yes, yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, you remember X-Files. Okay, so Scully and Mulder, there was this episode where they run into a UFO that crashes in somebody's backyard. And they really couldn't see it at first until the right circumstances came about, and you could see like the cloaking, but it was like kind of fuzzy. That was the government trying to get us used to technology that they already had. This isn't new, Secular. And again, this is one of the reasons why I think you and Vaughn always butt heads. Is you don't understand. He comes from a universe where they are free with this information. It's hidden to you, but he already knows that this is real. And I know it's hard for you to understand.
Maybe.
But yeah, you know what I mean? You have the video footage. It's like that's like when people look at the Earth from millions and billions of miles away in space, and they can see that it's round, but they're still like, no, it's flat. Like, that's what you're doing right now. You're like, I saw the video.
Right.
You have the evidence, but you're still like, no, it's not real.
Right. Well, I know I didn't see it do loop-de-loops and stuff, so I'm not sure about that. But maybe, listen, I'm open-minded to this.
Yeah, maybe you're going to have to do a debunk video. I haven't, maybe you're going to have to really take your time and look at it.
There's not much to debunk because it's just like a dot of light in the sky. They are claiming they are witnessing maneuver. Ms. Parker, you'd have to see it for yourself. I don't want to get too deep into this, but
all right, yeah, I challenge it. I say Secular's lying, and he doesn't want to accept the fact that Vaughn has actually have evidence of cloaking devices. Makes sense to me.
I'll tell you this right now. You got the link. You can put it out to Vonhelton if he wants to come in.
All right, I'm gonna email him. I'm gonna send him an email right now while we're hanging out, and I'll see if he'll talk to me.
And we will give it an honest shot. We will review it here live.
All right.
And we'll see what he's got to say about the whole thing. But the point being is, unfortunately, these two newest, apparently, he said the last time he told us, because every time he tells a story, it gets more fantastic. But now it's literally yards away. 2 UFOs came down to his yard while his neighbor was there and performed this show for him. Didn't think to get his camera. Now this morning he claims he got another show, but I haven't watched the whole video, so I don't want to speak out of terms, but I'm pretty sure he didn't get his mobile device again. And twice now he hasn't been able to record it, but she is sending it now, folks. We'll see. Vonhelton, if you're watching, and I know you probably are, we'll let Ms. Parker moderate, so and no one else comes in. No, there's nobody
else. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things he's really big on me about is he does not want to ever be ambushed. That's something he's like, do not ambush him. You're not allowed to just do that. So I'm sending him the link.
Does not want to be backdoored. That's definitely.
Oh Jesus!
Let me put that out there.
Cloak, I need to see you again. And so he decloaks for me, and then I just go on ahead and finish the video. Now,
where's the video?
It's on my fucking Odyssey page.
It's on. I didn't. Okay, I haven't seen. Hold on, wait a second. There's a video. You done got a video of an alien on Odyssey?
Well, I've got a video of a UFO, not an alien. But anyway, but here's the thing. Okay, just more recently than that, as in night before last. Me and my neighbor were out there talking, and I was telling him about my little buddy, and he says, "Well, it's funny you mentioned that because it seemed like there was some kind of UFO following me around too." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Well, he's probably checking you out, making sure you're all right."
How do you make UFO friends? What is?
Then well, hang on. We're sitting there talking, and then I mentioned Bill Gates wants to blot out the sun, and now he has the Biden administration's approval to do so. So that shit's going forward. They're literally going to blot out the sun and kill us all, which is going to be an interesting experience.
On like some Mr. Burns shit?
Worse than Mr. Burns, because this shit's real. Mr. Burns is fake. This shit's going to be real. Anyway. So we're talking about that, and we talked about some out of staters that may have been creeping around the properties and stuff. Suspicious individuals, yes. And so we're talking about those things, and those things are kind of alarming, And then all of a sudden, I look up and because I couldn't find my little buddy, he wasn't over his ridgeline. I'm like, fuck, and he was right over top of my head. And then the next thing I know, we got 2 ships on either side of us, and they ain't no dots in the sky either. They were only yards away. This dude over here, he was flashing red, and this dude over here, he's flashing yellow, and they're moving low and slow over the ground, and they were only yards away, literally. And my neighbor's like, "Wow," and I'm like, "You're okay?" He said, "Yeah, I'm okay." I said, "You ain't hearing nothing, are you?" He said, "No." But you're seeing them, right? He said, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Okay, don't panic. Don't be afraid. As far as I know, my little buddy will not harm you." And so, but they're just moving low and slow, and then they cloak again. Basically, what it is, if they really wanted to hurt us, they could have done so at any time. They had us completely surrounded. And it was an awesome, but the light show was fucking awesome. It was great. It was better than any rock concert.
Wait. The incident in Vegas, what preceded it was what seemed like some
It was
sort
a
of.
big ball. It was a big
There was a
purple
big ball
ball.
of fire that came
Yeah.
down, and then there was like people felt a shockwave,
Right.
and then there was a call to the
Right.
Authorities, and
Well,
supposedly
well-
somebody had a ring light footage, but that ring light footage wasn't real. That was just somebody pretending that it was.
Right,
So
right.
there's no actual footage of the ones here in Las Vegas.
Right.
But there's like a whole lot of
Well, the thing of it is, the thing
people
that
saying that it happened.
well, the thing that made it relevant is the fact that the police actually recorded the
Yeah.
purple ball going through the sky.
Oh, there's
That's what
tons of
made it
video
relevant.
of the ball. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
tons of video
Yeah.
of like whatever it was that fell. Like
Right.
there's tons of video of that.
Right. But from my perspective, because I look at it from multiple directions at once, because there's a military side to me, there's a civilian side to me, there's the nature side to me.
I got something. I got something for you guys about a sort of like what's the name for it, for the kind of like I wouldn't call it extraterrestrial phenomenon, but something out of the ordinary with
Supernatural.
the supernatural.
All right.
There's this
What
guy's
she's doing right now, messing around with stuff she shouldn't be messing with.
Who, me?
Baphomet, yeah.
Don't
I
make
got
me
some
put
good-
you back in my notebook.
You shouldn't be messing with that boy.
I got
I
stuff.
already-
to-
Don't even
Yeah.
trip. I got you, Ron.
I know, I'm sure you do.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
listen.
You better be kidding.
So,
because
this stuff, just because of the subject matter that you guys got into,
right.
it popped into my head that there's this guy's channel, Mr. MBB3. Somebody, you know this guy? You heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah. I've heard of him.
So he collects footage from all around the country and all around the world of supernatural phenomena.
Right.
And there's footage of branches and leaves just moving around when there's no wind,
I'm
and
gonna
it's
skip
like
it
they're
past
coming
Sammy a bit.
alive.
Obviously, I'm not an egghead, so I don't claim to know all the particulars on it. But that's the gist of it. And
Okay.
apparently, they fire this thing up, and a bunch of Nazis just disappear.
So
with the
they
belt.
accidentally. Okay, so sometime during World War II, Nazis accidentally discovered time travel.
They disappeared. They're gone. I mean,
Okay.
and then in the 70s, I think it was, this little sleepy town in Arizona gets hit by what they call an almond-shaped object, which describes the bell to a T, and it hits this restaurant, demolishes the damn restaurant, and then poof, it's gone again. So, could it have been the bell? Maybe. I don't know.
All right, so
Large
there's a
almond-shaped
bunch of
object,
Nazis.
So maybe, I don't know.
Just
Okay,
they have a,
careening
there's a
through time and
movie.
space.
They have a Nazi time traveler movie. Are you sure you're not confusing it with the movie?
No. This is real shit.
I added the link in the private chat.
I see it.
for,
Thank you. Okay.
Dude,
okay,
she's
okay.
always trolling me. I know her.
He
from
knows.
way back.
He knows I troll him, but I'm not mean. So leave me alone.
She's trolling me all the time.
Let
I
him
think she
do
has a
it.
crush
Yeah,
on me.
it's the exact it's the video that I was thinking of. It's like the branches are waving and the leaves are waving. It's like you use the right kind of description.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
can
a wisp.
skip all of that.
but
This was
it's
stupid.
weird. You can hey.
I think
look
it's
at that
I'm
out
interested
there.
to fuck with. Yeah, I'm interested to see what this looks like. I'm open to it. Let's see if we have any. All right.
All right, sorry about that. What were you saying?
I said you can go ahead and just skip this part. This wasn't even good. This was him trying to convince me that leaves shaking.
Yeah, I know, it's craziness. I want to put up a little bit where you do make him wash his hands, though. At some point.
Yeah, the washing of the hands was. I really fucked with me.
Where the hell does that happen?
It's like right after we do the leaf shaking thing, because he puts his hands up and he's like, I gotta ground myself. I'm like, what do you mean? That is disgusting.
Yeah, it's at some point here.
And
Hold on, wait.
Oh.
Wait, that's a lot. Wait. CERN
It's
like right
flipped
after
the switch.
this.
Oh yeah.
And now you're in this reality.
Yep.
You are telling me, Vaughn, that you as a person
Yes.
have come here and is talking to me
Correct.
from a different dimension.
Correct.
and you accidentally got sent here
because they turned on their damn Hygiene collider, right? The president of D-Wave Computers. Okay, listen. The president of D-Wave Computers is on video saying, yes, we're going to fuck with your reality. Yes, we are going to mess you up. And he's happy about it. He thinks this is great. He thinks it's awesome that they're fucking with our reality. He says it's awesome. It's awesome stuff, you know. See, what CERN did, they got what's called a D-Wave computer, hooked it up to the Hadron Collider. And then they figured a way to keep the portal open long enough. So then they purchased a fusion reactor and hooked it up to the Hadron Collider. Okay, so now they've not only got a D-Wave computer that lets them fuck with our reality, but they've also got a fusion generator, which allows them to keep the damn portal on open almost indefinitely. I did videos on this on BitChute, sweetheart. Why don't you watch my videos?
Because I'm not on BitChute.
Why are you not on BitChute?
Because BitChute is insane.
So just really quick, the whole stumbling video thing and stuff is really getting on my nerves. So I'm going to switch to screen capture. So the only thing is I'll just have to remember to mute it when we're talking so we don't get echo. But it's, I don't know, it's starting to really get on my nerves. But, and also I noticed that everything's lagging on my StreamYard while I'm playing this video for some reason. So I'm going to...
Oh, no. Fuck your StreamYard.
Yeah, fuck it. So let's see. I'm going to remove this. All right, there we are.
I'm just sitting here enjoying these Pringles.
Nice.
Like, munching. This is great. Watching the chat and Fat Photog and all the people and things. So fun.
There we are. There we are. Do this.
What about his BitChute? I haven't seen his BitChute. I wasn't watching it. I'm not subscribed to it, but apparently that's where all the good stuff is. I don't know. I don't have time to edit that shit down to review Vaughn. It sucks, because he does say, like, wild shit. That's why I like talking to him. Oh.
Yeah, so I got it muted now, so you shouldn't echo. But that's the issue. So I gotta, because
we're playing it, we mute, and then we mute that when we're talking. We got it.
So it used to be, right? It used to be that it would just play the window sound, and you check that little tab or the screen that you're playing. But now it's system audio. So whatever I hear comes back through it, and it's a pain in the ass. But we won't have lag video. So we're picking it up right where we left off. Let me unmute it. I will have to mute you.
Hold on, wait, that's a lot. Wait. CERN flipped a switch.
Oh yeah.
And now you're in this reality.
Yeah.
You are telling me, Vaughn, that you as a person have come here and is talking to me
correct
from a different dimension.
Correct.
And you accidentally got sent here
because they turned on their damn Hadron Collider, right? The president of D-Wave Computers. Okay, listen. The president of D-Wave Computers is on video saying, yes, we're going to fuck with your reality. Yes, we are going to mess you up. And he's happy about it. He thinks this is great. He thinks it's awesome that they're fucking with our reality. He says it's awesome. It's awesome stuff, you know. See, what CERN did, they got what's called a D-Wave computer, hooked it up to the Hadron Collider. And then they figured a way to keep the portal open long enough. So then they purchased a fusion reactor and hooked it up to the Hadron Collider. Okay, so now they've not only got a D-Wave computer that lets them fuck with our reality, but they've also got a fusion generator, which allows them to keep the damn portal on open almost indefinitely. I did videos on this on BitChute, sweetheart. Why don't you watch my videos?
Because I'm not on BitChute.
Why are you not on BitChute? Why are you not
BitChute.
on
Okay, Secular, I got it.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Okay, so Vaughn has responded.
Okay.
And he said, rolling on the floor laughing. Are you fucking high? Wait, what am I saying? Of course you are. Anyway, I'm forbidden to have any contact with the Frost or the online terrorists due to legal issues. So that is Vaughn legal terms for go fuck yourself, Miss Parker.
Well, respond with it's okay because secular opinion is exempt.
Okay.
You can rest assured, Vaughn, if you're watching, I am exempt, so...
Let's see if it'll work, okay.
I think it would be even-handed. I think that with you as the mediator, nobody else involved, me on one side, Vaughn on the other, it's fair. It's fair. And we can finally resolve these issues.
I'm going to try.
Okay.
Once and for all. Oh my goodness. I might have to throw up another. Let's see. No. Because I'm in control of this stream. So Vaughn needs to know that I am in control of this stream. So this is a Parker takeover. That way he feels safe. Okay. We're going to see what we can do. All right. Go ahead. Play the video. I'll raise my hand when he responds again.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a lot of wow, yeah, crazy.
Would you like to see the president of D-Wave tell you to your face?
Yes.
You can play the video.
I would love. Yes, I'm here for it. Go ahead.
All right, let me get the video.
Okay.
Guess who's on the same page all of a sudden? It's Elon Musk and Yuval Noah Harari on.
Most of Congress was gone on the holidays. Rushed that shit through. And the next thing we know, Rothschild's literally printing our money and charging us 25% interest every time he prints that money. You want to know why we're so much in debt? There you go. They get interest every time they print our damn money. Okay, but no. That's
well, you know what? Can I add my 2 cents in? When it started, it was less deleterious than it is today, and it's
universes. And forget my point.
All right, let's go. Let's do this.
Okay, you're sitting in your chair, right?
I'm sitting.
You're sitting right there. And as far as you know, you're a solid object, right?
As far as I know.
Wrong. Nothing in you, around you, or about you is physical. None of it. If you take your desk or your arm or any object and you put it on a very powerful electron microscope, you will not see anything solid. You'll see a fishnet. You are literally not solid. Nothing.
I'm a collection of things, and the majority of me is nothingness, right?
Well, here's it. Okay, the point. The point of this is that this allows for there to be multiple versions of you occupying the exact same space simultaneously.
Is this like Back to the Future with what's his face?
No, I think he's doing string theory. I think that's
string theory.
Yeah,
correct.
You're doing that's string theory. He's doing string theory.
Michio Kaku, an astrophysicist, and he had 12. He had 12 videos. He had 12 videos, and I got to like the 6th video, and I'm like, "Fuck, I'm out." I can't. I mean, I got a 190 IQ, and I'm not hanging with this guy. I mean,
right, so reality is like string theory. But you're still you're not connecting with me on the, okay, so you have to help me understand. How does the Petri dish world theory support?
It just reverses. Okay, instead of the Petri dish that I was on is now.
Oh, so your universe was set up in Petri dish world theory. It was all Petri dish.
Okay, look, no, I'm yanked out of where I was and put in yours.
Okay, so your world had Petri dish.
Everything is Petri. Everything is.
But in my world, it has arms.
No, I'm talking about the galaxy, not the planet.
God damn it!
The galaxy has arms. Okay, a galaxy has arms. Each arm contains billions of stars.
Okay. Each arm has billions of stars.
And we are the literal new kid on the block. Okay, to use a phrase, we are the literal new kid on the block. We are the youngest planet. Okay, well, excuse me, we were the youngest planet in the arm of Sagittarius from my reality. Okay. The problem is, though,
but your reality was Petri dish reality.
Hold on. Now that we're on the arm of Orion, actually a spur of Orion, because it's only half an arm. So we're on the thing.
We're not somewhere special. You moved. We didn't. We've always been here, apparently.
Well, some of you
moved.
His name popped into my head finally. Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. Yes, correct.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Correct. But see, the thing of it is, like I said, okay, you just heard what Jordy said. We are exploiting those other realities, those other Earths, those other galaxies, those other realities. We're going to exploit them. We're going to utilize their energy. We're going to utilize their materials, whatever. Now, the problem with Jordy's idea, which he was very excited about, as you could tell, The problem with that idea, though, is isn't that going to piss off everybody else when they don't have energy? Yeah,
Like
it's
the
going
other
to piss them off a
universes.
lot. Okay, so this causes a quantum entanglement, in my opinion, but that's neither here nor there.
Are you saying like we're gonna end up in like a universal war?
I don't know. Maybe. For all we know, there could be time wars already going on. Star Trek started to get in on this hot and heavy and then quit. But if you're dealing with people that are literally stealing energy from other universes, that's got to piss off somebody. Somebody's going to get
sentence
pissed
just
off.
doesn't make sense to me. Stealing energy from other universes. It's just.
Well,
It's gobbledygook.
I don't listen. I'm not advocating the man at all. I think this is a bad idea. Okay.
You know what this reminds me of all of a sudden? I'm having flashbacks to all sorts of like a hangout sessions we had in the barracks when I was in the U.S. Army in Germany. It was like the common area. This is what you guys are reminding me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't have American friends where I'm living. I don't do this with Israelis that I know.
Well, they probably because they don't know about the subject.
Different culture. It sucks when you move to another country
they're not going to know anything about this shit, most likely, unfortunately. Which really, it like I said, man, there was 12 videos, and I got to video like number 6, and it's like, fuck. Now I could have went on afterwards, and speaking of Michio Kaku, there he fucking is right there. Quantum supremacy, holy shit, right there. There's the video. But I got to like video number 6, and it's like, fuck. I could have went back, I guess, and plowed my way through the rest of the videos, but god damn.
Well, have the gods given you any instruction in time travel or any advice or anything like that?
The gods have not really said. I mean, the gods apparently have me where I need to be. And
have they revealed anything to you about time travel? Because there's a lot of these people who are coming back with predictions as to what's going to be happening in the future, and they're coming back to warn us.
They have not really addressed that issue with me, but then I didn't really pursue it either, because they've got me here for a reason, and I'm going to do what I'm told to do here. And,
which is understandable. Which is understandable. But I guess my main concern would be if the gods have endowed the power of time travel to people in the future to come back and warn us, then the people who are talking to the gods might need to contact each other, because it seems like if they're warning people in the future and you're talking to people now, maybe like y'all should be talking to each other to figure out what this message actually is.
See, the thing of it is, like I said, I haven't
like
really
y'all need to be on a group text with the gods. That's what I
haven't really broached this subject with the gods, and like I said, they've obviously got me. I mean, read the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Okay,
I've read the Emerald Tablets.
Okay,
well, not read them. I've heard them.
All right, then you remember the story.
Okay,
Thoth is bebopping down the road, minding his own fucking business, and the gods just like yank. And they scoop him up and they say, hey, we're going to make you a demigod and we're going to throw you out here amongst these savages. He's like, what? Poof, he's out there.
The
it's
reluctant.
Like, oh, shit, what do I do now? Okay, so, and those savages, by the way, were the ancient Egyptians, became the ancient Egyptians. But anyway, the gods do things because they need you in a particular place at a particular time to fulfill a particular thing. Thoth's purpose was to be out there with the ancient Egyptians to teach them how to be a society, teach them how to be civilized, because they were nothing but mindless savages at that time. I'm surprised they didn't try to kill his ass. Probably did. But because he was a demigod, he could.
This kind of begs the question: what is Von's great and glorious purpose? What do you think, Ms. Price? Has he ever revealed in the background too?
Yeah. I'm hearing myself.
Oh shoot! I gotta do this. There we go.
Okay, so Von's purpose is to destroy the Antichrist. His children are going to destroy the evil on this earth, because there's going to come a day when evil tries to rise up, and the only thing that's going to stand between evil and the light of dawn is going to be Von and his children. That's why you and the rest of your terroristic troll groups are trying to destroy him and his children, because if his kids never come of age and become what they're supposed to become, they won't be prepared to destroy you and the hordes of evil. before it's too late. He is set on a course right now. So that's why he's like so certain that the judges and the courts are going to be able to exterminate you guys, because the gods have already told him he's going to see victory. They're not going to allow this world to fall into darkness.
Right. Now, I have heard him mention that before, and that we're actually being guided by demons and all this. Oh, by the way, praise Moloch. I forgot to say that at the beginning. But,
and he truly does believe it. Like at first, when I first encountered Vaughn, I was like, this isn't real. He's not real. This isn't real. This isn't real. I have talked to him enough now to know that he truly believes everything that he is saying.
Right.
Honest to God, he believes it.
Right.
You don't have to believe it. He believes it. And because he believes it, he operates in that universe. His universe includes every conspiracy theory there ever could be. And he's woven them all together seamlessly. At least in his mind, it's seamless.
Nice. Yes, it's an interesting... If only one could, for a moment, see through Vonhelton's eyes. But I think
It's
you get
terrifying.
lost. I think
every once in a while it happens. Like if you get high enough and just listen to him, it'll happen. You'll start to see it. Like I saw some people in the chat, they were getting there. When he starts talking about how the universe works, we're on the second arm of the left part of the universe, the youngest planet to the right, on the ankle of the galaxy.
Right. Yeah. Well, so, it's interesting. I call it the shit abyss. And I'm afraid if you stare into it too long, it'll just pull you in. And then, it starts making sense.
It stares back. And that's the face, like right there, that screenshot, that's what stares back at you. When you stare into the abyss too long, it's right there looking at you.
Yeah. All right, well, let's continue.
Do it.
I think he does have clean hands now, so we might have missed that. We did cover it on my last live stream, the washing of hands.
Yeah, we gotta get a clip of it. Please, somebody.
And kill his ass. But the thing of it is, they made him a demigod, threw him out there, and had him, teach these people our ways. Now, obviously, somewhere along the line, shit got crazy because they thought, every pharaoh must be a demigod, which was not the case. And so that all spiraled out of fucking control. But the point is, like I said, the word goddess and god are used way too fucking much in the past. But the thing of it is that, so that kind of spiraled out of control. But he did succeed in making them into a great civilization, which was his test. That was the reason he was put there. And so, and of course, Thoth is now known in Egypt as a very wise man, similar to Solomon as a result. So, obviously my purpose here is sacrosanct.
You know who else is making all sorts of predictions about the future, or actually calling out events because it's all hidden inside the guess who I'm talking about? There's a guy called Homer Simpson.
Homer from the Greek. Wait a minute. Homer from the Greek tragedies?
No, Homer Simpson.
Oh, Homer Simpson. Yeah. Well, like I said, Mr. Burns, that episode of The Simpsons with Mr. Burns, where Mr. Burns literally creates a machine to block out the sun. Well, that's
so guess what they're projecting now? Another war breaking up in Serbia, Kosovo.
In Kosovo.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on this channel, Redacted. The couple they're married. They used to work for Fox, and
right.
The wife used to work for NBC. It's a Clayton Morris, and they live in Portugal now.
Right.
And his wife, I forgot her name. Anyway, but so they're talking about The Simpsons predicting a war breaking out now in Serbia, Kosovo.
With grounding, okay. You want to ground your energy, ground your spirit, ground your soul, whatever. You want to be grounded with the earth. Okay. And so messing around in the dirt, walking around barefooted, shit like that, it helps. It does.
So you're not allowed to wash your hands? You're telling me the gods told you can't wash your hands?
Oh, here we are.
Well, they never said that.
Then go wash your hands.
Is it bothering you really that much?
Yes, that is gross. Your hands are filthy.
You have fucking OCD, man. You have fucking OCD.
You look like a little hobbit. Go wash your hands.
Maybe I am a hobbit.
Go wash your hands.
Maybe I am a hobbit.
You
never know, man. Hey.
Please go
Hey
wash
man,
your hands.
I'm fucking sorcerer. Okay, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Do you think I care? No, I don't care.
Okay,
I
then
can do whatever the
magically
fuck I
make
want.
your hands clean. Then
No, I'm
sorcerer.
not gonna magically make my hands clean. That's a waste of energy, and you damn well know it. Quit. I'll wash my hands.
Thank you. Swear to God, man.
I got OCD.
Well, at least he's listening.
I appreciate it. Yes, I do appreciate it.
Let's take a moment. Just a sec.
Well, actually,
I want to put that back just a sec. I haven't muted it yet, but I will.
Okay.
I want to appreciate this physique that Vaughn has been working on.
I wanna, for just a second.
Let me mute this for you. There you go.
There was a moment, and I don't know if you remember, but there was a moment when I was talking to Vaughn, and I got him to get up, and I convinced him that he had toilet paper diapers. I am desperately looking for the toilet paper diaper clip.
Yeah, that was
Of
there's
me and
pictures.
Vaughn. There,
Yeah.
exactly. I remember he got so pissed at me. And I have the stream. It's just a really long stream, and I haven't had a chance to look through it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a link to it so you can give it to your people.
Nice.
And you guys can chop it up for me.
Okay.
Because there was so much weird stuff in there. And I've been looking for the toilet paper diaper clip for so long. And that's what just popped in my head. This is the second time I've got Vaughn to get up and do something for me.
Well, it was weird because there was pictures for a while what looked like adult diapers or something laying on the ground in the background. But see, this is why I think the toilet paper thing is interesting, because we do know, and Vaughn has admitted this is the weird thing, he didn't even deny, out of all the things, he didn't deny this. Mouse would talk about how his underwear was streaked and shit all the time.
Yes.
And there was a picture, and it's hard to find, especially because it had one of his kids. He took a picture of one of his kids dancing around, and right behind at the feet of the child
You could
is
see.
the underwear with a big shit streak in it.
And it looked, there was definitely a discoloration.
Yes.
There
Well,
was definitely
to be
some
fair,
discoloration.
be objective, right? Okay.
Yeah, I'm being objective, absolutely.
But I'm wondering, because Vaughn, obviously we know why he gets shit streaks, he doesn't wipe his ass properly. I'm wondering, just in his mind, rather than just simply wiping his ass properly, he was making a kind of a palette, if we can use that term.
A
To
toilet
lay in-
paper palette? Okay,
To
wait.
s-
Are you saying he was making toilet paper pads?
Yeah, so the save is because he doesn't look at those pants have had that button, or sorry, the pocket untucked since he was making foam airplanes. That's the same pair of pants he's been wearing. We've been documenting this. That's a long time ago. If you'll notice, watch when he gets up, the back pocket is untucked, and it's now turning a gray color. It used to be a white.
Are you saying that your dark secular opinion theory is that Vonhelton is wearing the same pants and underwear
Yes,
and just
patting them with
using
toilet paper to save
as
on the shit
some-
streaks, rather than just wiping his ass. It all makes
because
sense.
he's clean. Oh my God.
So
I
if-
don't even know
if you
how
look-
to feel.
If you'll look,
I don't
right?
want to look.
right there where my cursor is, that pocket has been untucked on the same pair of pants since he's done foam airplanes and the single wide. That's the same pair of pants, same belt.
Shut the fuck up.
And we used to see a white rim stick out up here sometimes, and that's
But
why we
we
thought
don't see
adult
the
diaper.
white rim
I'm
anymore.
thinking, folks, it's a palette of toilet paper he makes to save on changing it, whatever type of. We've seen what socks he wears, so imagine the underwear.
So
folks.
I was halfway right.
Just like Bon Jovi, yeah, halfway there.
Wow.
So
You are a monster. Write that down, folks. Write that down so I don't forget. Write that down.
So most of this we did cover last time. So I'm going to move up to where we kind of left off
Sweet.
and cover a bit of that. I'm not sure how much time you have.
Oh, I've got all the time you need.
So we covered up. I'm friggin' blind here. We covered up to about it was around the 3-hour mark.
Secular opinion. Vaughn uses man pawns. Got
Mhm.
it. They're called man pawns. Is that what they're called? Shit. You are fucking shitting me.
Cherokee man. Yeah.
Cherokee man.
Cherokee hair. That's what he uses.
They're
Authentic
Cherokee hair man pawns.
Yeah.
Only the best for Von's anus.
Do you remember when he had his court papers all over the back like on the floor, and then the dog took a shit on one of the...
And they pooped and pissed on the court documents, because that is how you
as
do
he was
legal
live.
stuff.
As he was live. I gotta find that. I got it in the vault.
He's a real estate lawyer, and that's something that you wouldn't understand being Canadian. And it's hard because I don't even know how your brain works with like half a head. I've seen you guys on South Park, so it totally understand that you don't understand legalities. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's called notarizing papers.
Well, we just got like paved road a few years ago, so.
Yeah, in America, that's how we notarize our papers. I know it's weird to you foreigners, but that's how we do it.
We don't even have laws written down. It's just all kind of...
It's just the honor system.
Yeah. Sorry. So, Mudbroker, thank you very much. Last time he showed his feet, those socks have been on for at least a year. His mom probably helped him put them on before she died. That's a sad thing. I don't know if anybody's been around.
I'm going to talk to him about this. This is something because I remember he did the shirt for a really long time.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a chance to talk to him about the shirt. I do want to talk to him about this changing hygiene situation, because it's disturbing. I don't want to believe that that's what's going on, so I'm just going to come out and ask him. I want to know.
Yeah, there's anybody's been around for a long time. They know the infamous clip of his mom calling him before court. Come on over and get some socks out of your dad's drawer.
Oh,
go to court. She had to tell him for court to actually come and get new socks out of his dad's drawer. And his dad had been dead since 2008. Folks, this is
okay. Is that true? The eggs he made were in Alice's fridge since she passed.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, because that's rancid.
No,
there's no way he would be.
He would know enough when he cracked
his tummy would be all fucked up. Okay. Yeah, so. I'm like, well, okay, go ahead, do the thing.
All right, let's do this. I'll have to unmute, mute, and then we'll play. And this is just coming up for context, coming up to where we left off. So,
explain.
I told you. The Act of 1871 and the Act of 1913. If these two acts are repealed, we will automatically go back to being a republic again. We won't have to do anything strenuous. You just got to repeal those two acts.
So let me ask this question. What does more freedom look like?
More freedom. Okay.
Yeah. Right, so what does that look like?
More freedom would look like, oh gosh, what would be a good example to give you that you could wrap your mind around, because you're higher than fuck.
You know it. And I'm about to smoke another one.
I know you are.
You know it.
Let's see. What would real freedom look like? Okay. Well, first of all, under the original intent of the founders, we were not supposed to pay federal tax. So there you go. There's one thing you can latch on to.
Okay.
Obviously, if we don't have to pay federal taxes, that means more money in our pocket. More money in our pocket means we can buy more shit. And if we buy more shit, that stimulates the economy. And if the economy is stimulated, that means the businesses want to hire more people. And if the people if the business hire more people, that means more people get jobs, which in turn means more people get money. Let me ask this
question, though.
Which means,
I got you. I feel you. No, I understand where all that goes. But let me ask this question. When the founders,
what do you want, baby?
The reason they didn't have like taxes and stuff like that, right? Maybe it's because the world was different. Right now we have this. Listen, let me wait. I don't be cutting you off. Listen to me.
Okay.
So maybe, all right, just maybe, those taxes now take care of things that we have now that the founders could not have thought about or planned for in the original Constitution.
No. Taxation without representation, madam, is against the law.
I dig that. Like, I totally dig that. Veni Vini Vici and everything. What I'm saying is, like, federal taxes now take care of things that our forefathers never could have anticipated. Like, the Center for Disease Control or the...
So just for the record, Vonhelton doesn't pay taxes. So I don't even know what the hell... He always
But here's the thing. Vonhelton stands for the everyman.
Right.
And because he stands for the everyman and the gods have ordained him to stand for the everyman, he has to talk about these things. He doesn't want to. He has to.
Well, won't stop. Can't stop, I guess.
With them things.
Thank you, Randolph. His undies had 4 Reese's of chocolate in them easy. Yeah, it was beyond streaks, to be honest with you. I didn't want to get too graphic, but it was something was left. Something was landed, if I remember correctly. But moving forward, it's
FDA, like we didn't have those things when the government started with the forefather founder dudes and the top hats. Like they had no idea that we would need, optic fiber cable networks for internet. And like,
Okay.
so it
All right.
seems like maybe now we do need stuff like certain taxes do need to be there. Now I understand there's a lot of misuse of government money for sure. Like tons, all these, what do they call it? Pig ear bullshit or whatever.
Right.
Like tons of misuse of government money. But you have to admit there are certain things that our government should take care of, like roads and
we had
lighting and
back then.
infrastructure and
we had all that,
so
yeah.
we do need some type of taxes, and there are things today in modern society that they couldn't have anticipated.
Oh well, actually they did. They anticipated everything that's happening today. These men were wise beyond their years, or they were divinely inspired, depending upon how you wish. Now, as an atheist, you'd probably just say they were wise beyond their years. But as a theist, I would say they were probably inspired by the gods. But anyway, either way works. The point is that they literally warned us about every fucking thing that's happening in this country today. Literally. Thomas Jefferson, I fear a centralized banking system in this country more than I do a standing army. Adams, when the Congress learns how to make money off the people, the country is doomed. George Washington, have no political parties because political parties will be the ruin of this nation. Did we listen? No.
I thought we were talking about taxes.
I'm getting there.
But that's not about, that doesn't help support the tax conversation.
I'm getting there.
Don't you be gish galloping me.
Listen, hush. It's my stage. I got the mic.
Don't you flex on me.
I got the mic.
Stop.
I got the
Shut
mic.
the fuck.
I got the mic.
All right, make your little point.
No, there's a story behind all this whole thing, okay? The bankers came over here before the founders died, and they confronted Ben Franklin. And I think if I remember the story right, Ben Franklin literally stopped them at the door, said, "What are y'all doing over here?" They said, "Oh, we come over here to assess how much debt, to try and get you all out of debt and get you all back running." And he's like, "Oh, really?" And they're like, "Yeah." They said, "No, we're not in debt here." And they're like, "What?" He says, "No, there is not one poor person, key word there, person in America, in the Americas." It was the Americas back then.
There were a lot of people that weren't considered people back then too, so that those numbers might be skewed.
No, listen though. Okay.
I'm just saying.
But he didn't see. He could have said colonist, right? He didn't. He said person.
Okay.
That includes.
That's a very interesting distinction.
Yeah, that includes the French fur traders. That includes the Chinese that were building the railroads. That includes the Indians. That includes the colonists. Everybody.
The Chinese people who were building the railroads were not around during the founding father times.
I'm saying though, I'm giving you examples. Hush, okay? I'm giving you examples of what I'm saying here.
You are gish galloping.
He worded it that way intentionally. Okay, he worded it that way intentionally. But the thing that got him was that there was not one poor person in the entirety of the Americas. That enraged these international bankers. They became enraged and said, "We'll come back. We're coming back." And they did try to come back several times. And in fact, one famous time when they came back, who was it that got him? Polk, maybe? Was it Polk that got him? I think it was Polk. It was one of the presidents after the original founders. They come back, they thinking that, "Oh, well, we're back now. We'll set up a centralized banking system and tax the shit out of the Americans." And this president, I forget which president it was, he says, "By the gods, I'll rout you out. You den of vipers, I'll rout you out." And he did too, buddy. He ran them off. He ran them off the country. He said, "Get the hell out of here." Because see, they knew what they were all about. If you put somebody in debt, you own them. You literally own them. And that's slavery. And these men were against slavery, which is what I keep trying to tell you, but you don't want to fucking listen to me. You want to listen to the goddamn American Historical Society. Stop listening to Skull and Bones. Stop listening to Skull and Bones and listen to Vaughn, because Vaughn's not going to lie to you.
Okay, Vaughn, tell me about... Vaughn, stop it. You challenge it. You want to open this can of worms? Go ahead. Tell me about slavery right now. Tell me. What do I need to know about slavery, Vaughn?
Less than 14% of the slave owners were white. That's number one.
Tell me the things.
The vast majority of slave owners were free blacks. In fact, the first slave owner was a free black. The second number of slave owners were Jews. Sorry, John. Third number owners of slave owners were Native Americans. Whites came in dead last at lower than 14%. Funny how they never mentioned that in Gone with the Wind. Gee, I wonder why. Gone with the Wind was propaganda. It was literal propaganda.
For who?
For the powers that be, obviously.
Who are the powers that be that want to demonize white people? Who are these
international bankers, honey?
International bankers want to demonize white people?
Yes. Who do you think? Who do you think sank the Titanic? Why do you?
You'll have to excuse my ignorance.
Oh my God, that was the best part. He hit me with, they're trying to demonize white people, and why do you think they sank the Titanic? As if that was the explanation that was supposed to make me go, oh yeah, you're right, I forgot.
Yeah, they hit a ship with a bunch of white people on it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly why they sank the Titanic. You're fucking right. It was international bankers trying to demonize whitey.
So you have to forgive my ignorance on some of these topics, because in Canada, right, in history class, we learn Canadian history for the most part, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't really remember learning much in school about the transatlantic slave thing and slavery. But I don't, and maybe I'm wrong, but I can't think of what would be the percentage of plantations owned by black people?
It was a very rare thing that happened, majority of which in Louisiana. And it was something that happened, it would have been third generation slavery kind of thing, because the slave owner would have a child by one of his slaves. And if that child was a boy and was passing enough, he too could get inheritance. In certain areas in the South, yes, it happened. Also, after slaves were quote unquote freed, Negroes of the time would, on census papers, claim their family as their property, because it would keep their family from being sold or traded, if that makes sense. So there are certain situations, depending on where you look in American history, where yes, there are a few African American people who were considered slave owners. That being said, it is a very small percentage. Those are caveats in history. They're little teeny blurps. It wasn't the commonplace. It was not the norm. It wasn't something that happened every day, because we all fucking know good and goddamn well it didn't happen.
Right. So and see, that's the history I'm familiar with. Maybe, again, forgive my ignorance, but the way he's depicting it, the point I was making is he's making it sound like whole plantations were owned by rich black folk, and they had an army of slaves.
And the first slave owner was black, which makes no sense, because Africans were not on this nation, did not come here until the first slave ship came here. So how could the first slave owner have been black if the first Negro, you know what I mean? If the first ones to get here were enslaved themselves? It's a contradiction that eats itself on its head.
To be fair to Vonhelton, he does have some kind of evidence, because he has a PDF of a summary.
I've been waiting to get it. Yes,
of a book and he has the phone numbers.
He has the phone numbers of black slave owners, and he was going to show it to me. But now I know that information is on the same hard drives that has the information that's going to put you in prison.
Right.
And all of that is inside the single wide, which is now apparently been confiscated by the authorities. So
it's all tied up.
It's all tied up. Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Let's move forward.
I think the Titanic was sunk.
International bankers?
You think an iceberg did that shit?
What? How do international bankers sink a ship?
Because every fucker on that ship was their
You're fucking with me. You're fucking with me
I'm
because
not
I'm high.
fucking with you. Everybody on that goddamn ship
You're
was
trolling
against,
me.
listen, everybody on that ship was against a one world government, and they were going to protest against the Rockefellers, the
trolling
Rothschilds,
me.
the Morgans, the Carnegies, etc. They were literally going to protest against them. Yes.
You are
They
effing
sunk
with
that
me.
ship to kill them men. Yes, they did. Yes, they fucking did.
That is not.
We have pictures of the Titanic when it's still in dry dock, and you can see a dark spot on the side of the hull.
International bankers sank the Titanic
to kill their competitors. Yes. Yes. Yes, they did.
That doesn't make sense.
It does if you want to rule the world, baby. It does if you want to rule the world.
Remember,
these people.
Show me something. Okay, show me something.
Listen.
Give me information.
Right,
help me.
Hang on. The people that were on there was just as rich as the Rockefellers and Rothschilds at the time. Okay, these people were uber rich. They were going to launch a campaign against the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, against their concept of a one world government. They were totally against it. Okay, and so yes, they were killed by the Rothschilds and Rockefellers on the Titanic. The Titanic was sunk to get rid of their competitors. Yes, it was. And like I said, we got pictures of the Titanic in dry dock that has a dark spot on the side of the hull. Now, what's the dark spot about? The dark spot was a bomb, a dirty bomb that went off and weakened that part of the hull so that when it came time to actually sink the ship, it would have been a no-brainer. It would have been easy to do.
Okay, so there is a
look, even somebody in the outside chat says it has a brain. Says slave ships had owners, but last name of Reuben. Yes, the Reubens were very involved in the slave trade.
All right, so.
To be fair, the Jews did buy them from the Arabs.
Well, they bought them from the Arabs, and then the Jews here in America were slave owners. But yes, you're right. They did originally get them from Arabs. That's true.
Okay, give me cite a source.
Okay,
I need something.
I'll do better than that. I'll do better.
Because what you're telling me is that there is a mastermind situation happening by a group of families that want to demonize white people.
Yes.
And to make people think that white people are racist when really it's the other people.
Let's use the word Bolshevik. That way we don't get in trouble. Okay, Bolsheviks. That's a good term, Bolsheviks.
I'm nervous about that term too.
Took over Russia back in 1917.
I don't want to use. I'm nervous to use any term. This conversation makes me exceptionally nervous, and I'm happy it's not happening on my goddamn channel.
Well, honey, trust me. Like I said, I have no reason to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you.
Honestly, Vaughn, I do not believe that you are lying to me. I believe that you believe what you're telling me is very much so true. The problem is I cannot believe what you believe until you can show me something. And we have these conversations, but I never really see anything. So it's like, so that's why I'm going to have to go back to the idea that you are a Vaughn from a different universe. And that's why you believe these things to be the way they are. And it doesn't fit in this universe because you're just not in your home universe.
Well,
like I think that might be what
like I said, though, as Jordy Rose tried to tell you, everything is real all at once.
Who is this snazzy guy?
These were all the rich folk on the Titanic. And this one guy here claimed to be the richest man in the world at the time. These people all opposed the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Morgans, the Carnegies, the Warburgs. They opposed a one world government. They opposed what the Rothschilds and Rockefellers were doing in the world.
And so they were murdered by sinking the
Titanic. Correct.
So a couple funny things I just want to point out that I'm noticing off the top of this. Just when no one's denying people were on the Titanic, right? So just showing pictures of the people on the Titanic does not prove the point. But I would also like to point out, I'm pretty sure in the top row that one is from the movie. I don't think that dude, just to be clear to the audience, I want to be completely transparent. There are pictures of people from the movie included in this as Vonhelton's evidence.
Which is obviously proof that there is a diabolical scheme to destroy white people
Oh, that's what ties it all in.
Yeah, that's how you know, because Hollywood's in on it.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Yep.
All right, yeah,
Boom.
I gotcha.
Got him.
But just, I thought I'd point that out. Anyways, let's move forward.
Which somehow also influenced taxes in America.
Well, when you're in control of America's money, you can pretty much set the policy now, can't you?
Okay.
I mean, remember, when they're making the money, literally making the money, they're in charge. Who do you think the Federal Reserve is? The Federal Reserve is not federal, and it doesn't have a reserve. The Federal Reserve is a private Rothschild bank. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. It is not a Federal Reserve. That's just a fake name to make things, tickle the ears and shit.
Just to
make it sound good,
I'm going to smoke one more blunt with you, and then I'm going to have to turn my brain off, because you are actively drowning the few brain cells I have, and I think you're doing it on purpose. I feel somewhere deep inside of me, I feel like you're messing with me.
No, I'm not. No, dear, I'm not. I wished I was. I wished I was joking with you, but unfortunately, I'm not. The Rothschilds and Rockefellers have a history of evil in this earth that goes way the fuck back there.
So is this a supernatural battle, or is this a
yes and no
a financial war? Because it feels like
financial.
You're putting everything. All of it exactly, like you're putting everything together all at once.
It's everything all at once. It's everything all at once. It is financial. It is supernatural. Damn, I accidentally bumped them. It's financial. It's supernatural. It's physical. It's it's everything you can think of. Societal. Every facet of life. These people, these families, have literally enslaved mankind for real. It's real slavery.
Okay, and so then how do you
bars? Just because you don't see bars in front of you, does not mean you're not a slave. You are a slave when they control your money. You are a slave to them. Yes, you are.
All right. So how do you then break these figurative chains?
Like I said, here in the United States, the best way to do that is to repeal the Act of 1871 and the Act of 1913. By repealing those two acts, which can easily be done by the Supreme Court because both acts are unconstitutional. So once you repeal those two acts, we literally overnight revert back to the republic that the original founders intended, and all this government gobbledygook goes away.
How then do we address the issues? Like I said, you're still going to have to address infrastructure. You're still going to have to address those things. So some type of taxation needs to happen. So then how do you do that?
Yeah, I was going to answer that before. The way you handle that is by tariffs on imports. Okay, that's how you handle. See, the government is only supposed to be about the size of a walnut.
You've said this to me so many times. The government's supposed to be the size of a walnut, right, but it's actually the size of
And now it's the size of a goddamn whale. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's only supposed to be about the size of a walnut. The only thing that the government is supposed to do is maintain an army, which they do, help the elderly and the infirm, which they do, and infrastructure. That's it. That's it. Okay. Well, how do they get their money? They get their money through tariffs on imports. And this is why the left was screaming mad at Trump when he started reinstituting tariffs on imports, because they knew exactly what he was doing. He was doing what the founders told him to do. The founding fathers told us you have to put tariffs on imports to pay the federal government. You don't tax the people.
We're going to talk about it. I want to talk about something that I know for a fact we are going to disagree about, but I'm willing for us to have this conversation because I think it'll be fun. Let's talk Trump, homie.
You want to talk Trump?
Let's talk Trump. Where are you?
You might be surprised how I think about Trump.
I want to talk it. We haven't talked Trump in like a year.
Well, the problem is that we'll get banned on YouTube.
Will we?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Then I might. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to go on Odyssey with you.
Bro, you got to go on Odyssey with me, baby.
Yeah, because I think we need to talk about it. I want to see where you stand.
You have my email. I'm still waiting for your email, by the way.
The only thing we could talk about Trump as long as we don't talk about the E word, and I don't know if.
Yeah, but see, you can't talk about.
No, we don't want to exactly. Like, what's the point if we can't talk about all the stuff?
All the stuff, right? Yeah.
So exactly. I'll make a date. We'll make it a date, Ron.
Sounds like it. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, you, but you got to dress up, and your hands better
be
fucking washed. Yes.
Dress up.
It's a date, you fucker.
Oh, it's a real date?
Yes, we're gonna have a virtual date and we're
Wait,
gonna talk
wait,
Trump.
whoa, time.
You're gonna get some Mountain Dew. I'm gonna put some Mountain Dew on ice.
Wait a minute, time
and
out
we're
here.
gonna talk Trump.
Wait a minute, wait.
On Odyssey.
And your hubby's okay with this shit.
We're talking Trump on Odyssey with Vaughn. He's not gonna have a problem. We'll dress up.
Yeah, he would.
Why? We're talking Trump.
It's a date. So
yeah,
he
it's a
would.
virtual.
Doesn't matter, honey. Trust me. I'm a guy.
Do you want me to ask him in front of you so everything's okay?
No. You're not a guy. I'm a guy. I know how guys think about this shit. He's not going to be happy. Okay.
I mean, I can call him upstairs and ask him.
He's not going to be happy about that.
You know what I mean?
Not go. Listen, most guys are extremely territorial about that.
You're not listening to me. That's the problem. You don't listen.
I don't need to listen. I know how guys think. You don't.
Listen for shit.
And I can tell you right now, there ain't no guy going to want his woman going on a date, virtual or otherwise, with another guy. No, he's not. No, he's fucking not.
You don't
He will absolutely lose his shit. Yes, he will.
What day do you want to do this?
What do I want? Whenever you want, babe. We can do it tomorrow if you want.
Okay, so tomorrow then.
What time? What day are you free? What time are you free?
I'm a housewife.
Oh, you're free anytime.
Yeah, I just have
How early do you get up in the morning?
I get up around 6, 7 a.m. I'm on the
West
West
Coast. You
Coast.
get up about 6 a.m.?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be awake now? Are you still going to be groggy or what?
No, I'm gonna be up.
You're going to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed?
Yeah, I wake up at 6, and by the time 6:30 hits, I'm already high.
Fuck, woman. God damn.
What?
Oh.
What? It's called wake and bake.
I need to get you away from everything. Get you cleaned up, sobered up.
That just sounds like you want to put me in a basement somewhere.
I want to get you red pilled like a motherfucker, so that when you come back on this internet,
I'm gonna call the FBI.
Who the fuck you are, and you just come out there like a fucking barnstormer.
So Vaughn's getting kind of intense here. I think these are a lot of metaphors that he's dropping.
It got exceptionally disturbing. Like, you can tell things took a really weird tone. And I'm like trying to play it off, but it's like, dude, you are coming off like a straight up serial killer. These are his true intentions. This is how he thinks flirting is.
I'm gonna pin you down. I'm gonna pill you like a fucker. I'm gonna
red pill the shit out of you
with my red one. I'm gonna fucking,
yeah, what the fuck?
I'll penetrate your mind. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Todd Malico, thank you very much. I could have sworn both Vaughn and J-Dub said Miss Parker was a man for months.
Yes, I'm a man. I'm a man.
That is something we brought out. I mean, Vaughn is not totally unconvinced. He doesn't know, and I'm not saying it's not my business, folks. I just want to be clear.
I think he's intrigued. I think he wants to know about my penis. Now, what that says about Vaughn, you can come to your own conclusions. But I believe Vaughn is very curious about my penis. I don't know how many other people are curious about my penis. But what you should ask yourself is, what does that say about you?
That's deep. All right, let's continue.
The way it'd be great. It'd be
pretty sure you're confessing to a crime. No. Like, if
you
I
need
ever
to be red pilled, bad girl.
If
bad,
I ever
really
come up
bad.
missing, I want the internet to know Vonhelton has me in the basement.
You're not gonna come up missing. Holy fuck! No, you're not. And that reminds me. Did you not promise that you were going to visit me?
I did, and then you started talking about lotion on the skin and basements. No,
I did not.
Yeah, you
I did not.
Red pill me.
No, I did. Red pills is not. That's not what red pilling means, dummy. Red pill means to give you the truth about what's really going on in this world, such as the Bilderberg Group.
Whatever. You want to lock me in a basement and force me to watch Fox News all day. That's what you want to do. You want to lock me.
Fox News. Actually, I don't want to watch Fox News.
So put you in a high chair and make you watch the Weather Channel. But I just want to know from the chat, because I want to be objective here. I want to be fair. Give me a 1 if you think that whole interaction was like very, very rapey, or give me a 2 if you think, no, we're just crazy, we're overreacting, we're misreading it.
Yeah, it's 1 for me. It did. It felt, yeah. We were going down a very disturbing road. Like, he was just, like I said, it felt like he was confessing to a crime.
Well, we got a lot of 1s so far. Folks, again, I'm trying to just remain, I'm not, interjecting my opinion on the situation. I just was curious what people thought. But let's continue. Let's move on.
Tie me
Fox
to a
News-
chair and force me to watch Alex Jones.
No, Alex. No, I
Yes,
don't want you
Jenny.
watching Alex either. No, I want you. You need to be told the truth of what's really going on. And Alex Jones. What Alex Jones does? Alex Jones walks that razor edge. Okay, he doesn't really give you the whole enchilada. He gives you just enough so that he doesn't get kicked or banned or get in trouble with the left. But see, I don't have any restriction like that. I'm going to tell you the whole enchilada, baby. And if you can't handle it, well,
You are certified.
in the infamous words of Jack Nicholson, you can't handle the truth. But it's all up to what you can handle, what you can. If you can't handle it, well, But you do need to be red pilled in a big way. You really, really do. You need to learn what's really going on. Now, I ain't gonna lie, that rabbit hole is deep and it's scary as fuck.
Every time I have a conversation with you, I end up
awake is a hell of a lot better than being, walking around blindly, being led around by the nose, like a damn slave and a damn puppet.
I always enjoy talking to you. I always leave confused. Like every time I talk to you, I'm more confused than I was before, and I don't know. You are so fascinating to me. And I know you believe what you're saying.
Honey, you need to trade up. Okay, you need to trade up.
I don't know what that means.
I'm not gonna say.
Are you telling me I need to divorce my husband for Vonhelton?
I'm not saying jack shit.
You are.
I'm not saying.
Did you just shoot your shot, Von?
I am not saying jack shit. I'm not saying jack shit. I'm just talking on the internet. Remember, I'm just talking on the internet. Right? That's all I'm doing. Talking on the internet. That's all I'm doing. That's it.
I missed you, bro. I will say I missed you. I was waiting to talk to you. I got to say, this is exactly the conversation I thought I was going to have with you. You just always fucking with me, man.
Dude, you are so crazy about me, but you won't admit it. And
I tell you all the time,
just cracks me up. It cracks me up
because everybody thinks that I talk to you because I'm trying to troll you. I honestly enjoy talking to you. I don't believe what you say. I think it is absolutely ridiculous, but I enjoy because you believe it. You believe it, and
honey, I believe it because it's true, not because I like to hear myself talk.
Well,
I mean, look at all that I've lost. No. This is important. Look at all that I've lost because of this shit. Okay, I've lost everything because of this. Many people have been killed over this information. Okay, so when I tell this shit, I don't just believe it. I know it. Because look at poor Phil Schneider. Okay, Phil Schneider tells him about the underground dumbs, the underground bases and shit, and all the tunnels under America. They fucking kill his ass, man. The next thing we see, he's hanging out of his fucking apartment by a rope. Okay, people died over this shit, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. But let's lowball it for now. Let's say hundreds for now to be safe. But I mean, hundreds of people died trying to get this information out to people. What's the quickest way to know that a truther was telling the truth? When he ends up on the news in a fucking casket, then he told the truth.
You are, honestly, one of the first people I ever encountered on the internet that was a targeted individual, but
Correct.
did not identify as one. Like, you're the very first person I've ever seen on the internet watching those videos of you and Andrea, you and the kids, like the stuff you were saying about secular, things like that. You were the first person who ever said that. And as I watched you, I found other people who were targeted citizens. And there seems to be a phenomenon.
It is a phenomenon, yes.
And I don't know. Again, I personally do not believe that you're a targeted citizen.
I'll show you the fucking article.
I believe that you believe it.
Honey, I'll show you the fucking news article where the FBI admits they pay people to come on here and troll people that are influential or that might.
Okay, show me. I'm ready.
Let me see.
All right, show me. I told you I'm going to roll one up, one more, and I want you to go ahead, show me. I'm ready to go down one rabbit hole with you. Take me down the rabbit hole. Let's go. You're one of my favorite people to talk to when I'm stoned, man. I got to tell you, you're freaking great for that.
Well, you really need to stop that because there's no way of knowing there's no way of knowing, what kind of adverse effects that may have you in the long term. You can sit there and insist that in the short term it's not doing much, and it may not be. You may be right. It may not be doing much in the short term, but it's the long term that gets you, not the short term.
Well, yesterday I did see on my pinky toe, I was growing a little leaf. I think I'm turning into a weed plant.
Quit it.
Yeah, turn into a little weed plant.
Quit. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I've been alcohol and drug free for over 30 years. I'm quite proud of that fact. And believe me, my wallet hasn't missed it one day.
Come on, you got to show me the thing.
I'm
Show
looking
me
it
the
up.
government.
I'm looking it up, dude. I'm looking it up.
Confessing to trolling us, because there are a lot of targeted citizens. There's one person I've seen that I truly believe is suffering from a mental illness, because she honestly believes every single car that comes by is a government agent, or the idea that people think that birds are recording devices, or that
I proved that to you, because you tried to get me on that, and I showed you a video of an actual electronic bird.
Yes, but it didn't look like but it's not a bird. It wasn't a pigeon.
It looked exactly like a bird. What are you talking about?
It did not look like a pigeon. It looked like a mechanical bird. It looked exactly like you said it did. It was a mechanical bird.
From a distance, so you ain't going to be able to tell the difference.
These people, no, baby. There's people, no, sweetie.
Besides,
there are people who claim, literally, there are photos of birds, and they're saying that these birds are animatronics.
Well, you could put, hello, you ever heard of taxidermy? They do it all the time. They take a piece of wood, carve it to look the shape of an animal, and then they put fake skin over it, and bada boom, bada bing, you got something that looks realistic. I can get that deer head and show you. That deer head in there, that taxidermy deer head, that's not real. It's a piece of fucking wood. But you'd swear up and down that was a real deer head. You'd swear it. But it's not. It's just a piece of fucking wood with a bunch of goddamn cue balls in it. But you'd swear up and down it was a real deer head. But it's not. So, the bird I showed you, the electronic bird I showed you, was a prototype, and it didn't have any skin on it. Okay, once they put the skin on it and the fake feathers on it and shit, you wouldn't be able to tell it from a real bird at all. I guarantee. But anyway, I'm trying to find that article.
Because I need to see. It's really hard for me, from the outside looking in, to believe that the government would invest so much time and energy targeting people that don't seem to really have any information.
Well, but you got to understand, you got to look at it from their perspective. They're being told, the FBI is being told that we patriotic Americans are actually terrorists. Did you know?
You're one of the first people on the internet I ever saw identify as a patriot. How do you identify a patriot?
Because a patriot is somebody that is 100% behind the Constitution of the United States. Okay. Not behind a man, not even behind the flag, which I love the flag, but I'm not behind the flag, not behind a man, not behind anything. I am behind the Constitution of the United States, period. Period, end of story. And true patriots are going to be behind the Constitution, not behind a man.
With or without amendments?
Probably without, because some of the amendments, in my humble opinion, are unconstitutional.
I'm just asking your honest opinion. That's all.
But that's something that's something that can be discussed.
Get into the weeds. Yeah. All right. Now show me this. The government is actually trolling us.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to find.
Okay.
Well, this one is not. This is from W. Burr. I don't even know what website that is, but money for misinformation. Experts say first domestic troll farms are here.
That is true. There are lots of troll farms. That is
Facebook announced Thursday it's removing 2 disinformation networks with ties to Russia and a third affiliated with a troll factory, while the social media platform says its networks were mostly focusing on Europe and Asia.
This is Canadian torture, is what this is.
This is what they might have to skip a little bit, but this is we're getting an overwhelming amount of requests, so I have to obligate the request. But we're gonna do it with a twist. We're gonna do the hot dog song, but we're gonna do the fat photog version. Meet in the middle.
Let's see. What's Vaughn? Hey, Vaughn, fuck me, man. You finally fucking came in. Holy shit.
Reunited and it feels so good.
I got some hot dogs by the John.
Hot dogs, yeah.
I'm a hot dog. I'm a hot dog. I'm a hot dog. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a hot dog. I'm a hot dog. I'm a hot dog. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I'm a hot dog. Everybody party. I'm a hot dog. Fun on a bike. I have a prescription for my goddamn diapers.
It's art, folks. It's art. Of course, I have to go back now. Just give me a second.
Domestic troll farms are here.
That is true. There are lots of troll farms. That is a
Facebook announced Thursday it's removing 2 disinformation networks with ties to Russia and a third affiliated with a troll factory, while the social media platform says its networks were mostly focusing on Europe and Asia. Misinformation was still reaching the United States.
yes.
With the presidential election just 39 days away, okay, apparently that's an old article.
That's an old one, but yeah, there were multiple troll farms busted. They still get busted, so that is a fact.
Trolls hate. Whoa! Trolls, haters, and naysayers ain't never been busted, and they're prolific all over.
No, that's not a
YouTube.
troll farm, though.
Fucking A, it ain't.
No, a
Fucking
troll.
A, it ain't.
Well, the way that they
We're
define it, like in this
prolific.
article, okay, so they're using 2 different definitions, right?
Right.
The one they're using in this particular article, they mean it is an organized operation to send out disinformation in mass, right? What you have is a small group of people that harass you. Like they target you specifically. So I wouldn't say that that's a troll farm. It's more like a little group of okay, they're terrorists, right? Like the little group of
Domestic
online terrorists
right.
that fuck with you. But
Right.
they're not a troll farm in the way that they're defining it in these articles.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
okay. Yes.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine. Okay. Well, this isn't an American website, but I guess it doesn't fucking matter, right? These 2
Happening all
million
over the
internet
world.
trolls get paid to comment on social media. Here's why.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, this was originally put out by Epoch Times. Okay. If you're internet savvy, you might be familiar with the word troll or trolling, or you might have come across the term while browsing through the comment section of social media platforms. Just to make sure you're aware of what we mean by trolling, here we are not referring to that ugly giant found in folklore stories. Definitely not. Troll is actually an internet slang referring to a person who purposely tries to create discord or distract others by posting off-topic comments online. Most of the trolls around the world trolled others just for their own amusement.
Exactly.
But has it ever occurred to you that there might be a group of people who get paid to troll on the internet?
Okay.
Yes, there is a country that employs about 2 million people to be trolls on the internet. The purpose? All for the government's benefit. Social
which
media trolls
government?
in China. Oh God, here we go. China, Russia,
To
Russia,
benefit the
China,
government.
Russia, China, Russia. I'm so sick of that I could scream. But
Well,
anyway,
unfortunately, what we have is there is a lot of disinformation coming from multiple countries,
Right.
and it's being pumped into American media
True.
to confuse people. And
yeah,
the
but the
number
American media loves it.
of
That's
well,
the
of
problem.
course, because obviously it just gets recycled, right?
Yeah.
So, is it wrong that we continue to hear this, or is it a good thing that our news outlets are actually picking this up and telling people like, "Hey, look, disinformation exists." Like that seems
Yeah, but they're
like
not
it's in the
treating it
best.
like disinfo, though. That's the
They're
problem.
not, and that seems to be the problem. Instead of taking time to actually debunk stuff, we're just talking about where the fake information is coming from,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we probably should spend more time debunking what the lies are.
Social media trolls in China, the 50 Cent Brigade, also known as the 50 Cent Army, is a common term in China where a group of online commentators are employed by the Chinese Communist Party and are said to be paid 50 renminbi.
Don't ask me.
Fuck. Anyway, it comes to
It's
7
their
cents
currency.
American
Yeah.
for every pro-China post. According to media reports, the CCP hires about 500,000 to 2 million commentators and they are often the busiest during important days, such as China's National Day, VOA News reported. On an anniversary, everyone is on edge of their seats, David Bandersky, editor of the University of Hong Kong's China Media Project, said. It doesn't matter if it's the anniversary of the Cultural Revolution or Communist Party or National Day. It's always a nervous moment. That's the point of control. But what exactly do these commentators write about? To find out more, Chinese activist Al Weeding interviewed commentator in 2001, New Statesman reported. There's one of them.
So it sounds like this is what a communist country is doing to control how people view the government, which again, I do not agree with, you don't agree with, but this doesn't apply to us in America. So this doesn't help us.
Yeah, that's not helping us. But
yeah, this doesn't help the conversation we're having.
Right, apparently the original article that I'm referencing no longer fucking exists.
Okay. Yeah, because I totally agree. We definitely have these troll farms that are coming from outside countries, and they're just pumping shit tons of disinformation and causing a lot of discord in our country and in our politics. And like you said, the media doesn't seem to really be helping because they're just perpetuating a lot of these lies instead of taking time to debunk them. And we can't really talk about Trump because, we'll
talk about it on Odyssey. Don't talk about that shit.
So, what about the Titan submarine? Tell me your thoughts on that, Mr. Helton.
The Titan submarine. You mean this recent sub that...
So, it's been, how long has it been since this? A few days? It was probably, Wednesday, something like that. Did you ever have the date? Did the date ever occur? Have you set a date for the date?
I haven't set a date. For the date, but we are talking in emails tonight. He looks like he wants to hang out tomorrow morning, about 3 a.m. my time. We're going to discuss what me and you are talking about because he's upset. He doesn't, like I said, you're his nemesis, so...
No, he's actively upset. He's not mad at you, is he?
No, he's not mad at me. He doesn't like you, and he doesn't like that I'm allowing you to talk to me because obviously you're very corrupt. But I'm exceptionally strong-willed, and there's no way that I would let a Canadian, you know what I mean, brainwash me. Like, come on.
That would be embarrassing, right?
It would exceptionally.
How would you? You'd have to change it to Albanian or something.
I'm saying, how could I possibly ever be seen at the cookout again? But yeah, I'm good. So, but tomorrow morning it looks like we're gonna be talking to him, and I want to address a lot of the stuff I'm seeing in the chat. Some of the stuff that you brought up, but he's very emphatic on the fact that he's not going to talk to you. He says he cannot speak to you because there are legalities, and he's pressing charges, so he can't, he can't be seen with you because those same people who he's going to be pressing charges against are going to use the video against him. So,
right. Yeah. Well, when you do speak with Mr. If I could speak to him by proxy, I guess, you could maybe get him to narrow down what the charges are that he'll be pressing against me, because I've never really figured out exactly what.
That's honestly the goal. My goal is to ultimately figure out exactly what it is you did, who did it, when, and where, so I can at least have an idea of what's going on. So
okay. Well, we'll keep going through this a little bit. I do appreciate you sticking it out. I know we're over the 2-hour mark here, but and you got to get up early for your date with Vonhelton. So I know he said bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. So
pretty much. That means I'm gonna have to, get out of here from you guys in, maybe 30 minutes or so, because I'm gonna have to have girl dinner, which is apparently something more than just Pringles and crackers, because I've been munching. I have the freaking munchies. I'm gonna make waffles. So
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll watch a little bit more of this, and then, all right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm hearing scuttlebutt in my circles, and they are many, say the submarine wasn't even real, didn't even exist.
So what happened to the people?
Well, I actually did a video on this. A lot of those Discovery subs, okay, they're tethered to a surface ship. There's air hoses, there's all kinds of thick cables, there's all kinds of shit actually tethered.
This is an independent little submersible.
Well, that's the first red flag. Why was it an independent submersible and not?
He made it. It was private because it was privately made.
Well, it
wasn't like a company or a school or funded by a university. He made it himself. It was like a backyard project.
Right, but see, that's the whole point. I mean, the purpose of having it tethered to a surface ship is for safety issues and for giving oxygen and carbon dioxide, which you kind of need when you're in a
You
sub.
remember the guy who built tried to build a nuclear silo in his backyard?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just like that. That the guy who's trying to build a nuclear silo, he's not going to have all of the checks and balances because he's not going to have the money to pay for all that stuff, right? It's hundreds of yeah, it's you know it. You and I both know how expensive. Exactly.
I know it's
so
expensive,
what if okay, so he is a billionaire, but he's cutting corners, right? You're not taking the time to do all the safety measures. Again, he's just doing this in his backyard. We know guys who've put balloons on the back of lawn chairs to try to fly up to the universe, right? People are stupid. So what if he's just dumb?
Well, okay, that is a Russian troll farm, but that still doesn't help us. Damn. 8 types of phishing attacks and how to identify them. That's actually quite useful information. I'm going to have to go back and click on that one. Trolls turn 9/11 into a weapon. I don't think it was trolls. 9/11 was weaponized by the government, not the trolls. All right, let's see here. Russian trolls again. Fuck me. China, now Russia. Holy
that's
fuck.
Usually when you're talking about these troll farms, that's where, a lot of them, they've been busted up. They've been breaking them up for like the last year and a half.
Yeah. Global sting led by the other targets.
It's almost like Cold War shit.
It is actually a type of Cold War. I mean, one of the primary things I was taught during the Cold War was psychological warfare. Now, I wasn't MK Ultra like James Arnold was. I was taught how to stop it. He was taught how to do it. I'm taught how to stop it. That's why you notice he can't do shit to me. Because
so then why were you ever taught how to deprogram somebody then? Because then that makes me wonder, like, why weren't you able to help your mom?
I was not taught how to deprogram. I'm just taught to keep it from getting to me. But I'm not taught to deprogram.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Is there now wait a minute, is there people out there that might have been trained to do that? Maybe. I don't know. But that wasn't my purview. My purview was to keep people out of my fucking head so that I could do the task at hand. And so that was the extent of it. Is there people that have been taught how to deprogram? I hope so. Unfortunately, it came too late for my mother, sadly. But if there is people out there, that's great. I hope there is. But unfortunately, then it came too late for my mother. FBI targets Q people. Okay, that we're getting warm, Doc, because Q people are sometimes construed as patriots. And I got to wonder about
they kind of usurped it, right? Because like I said, you were one of the first people I've ever seen on the internet say you were a patriot. And that's before QAnon.
But way
before QAnon, you were calling yourself a patriot. So
absolutely, yeah.
So I could, when you say, hey, I'm a patriot, I know it means something different than when a QAnon person says it now. Mm-hmm. And how, honestly, like, how does that make you feel? Like somebody literally usurping your a term. What? I don't know, man.
I'm getting a bunch of fucking paper targets. What the fuck? That's not what I clicked on.
Look, I don't think you know how to internet well.
No.
You're a boomer. That's what it is. You're having a boomer moment.
Hey, I grew up with computers. Hush. That was kind of weird. That was kind of weird. That was kind of weird. Why do people troll, and what can you do about it? Well, when YouTube and Google is literally backing everything they do, nothing.
If you can't beat them, you join them.
No, if you can't beat them, you fucking I don't know.
I literally am one of your trolls, and we are frenemies. I think this is the best way to deal with it.
Well, yeah, but out of your own mouth, you said you're not technically trolling me. You just don't believe what I say.
Yeah, I don't believe what
you're not. You're not targeting me for destruction like these fuckwads in the outside chat are. You just disagree with me.
Yes, and I think what you say is funny sometimes.
Because you're an atheist and I'm a theist, and we got to get that atheist demon out of you. And then once we do that, everything will be just hunky-dory. It'll be fine.
When you successfully take me down a rabbit hole that leads to actual facts, maybe we could get there. But we haven't gone anywhere.
All kinds of shit, and you're still a fucking atheist.
You haven't shown me any facts.
The fucking gods themselves could come down here and physically appear next to me, and you still wouldn't believe.
I would totally believe.
You would not.
I would totally believe.
No,
I would totally believe.
No,
I would totally believe.
Yes, you know what you would say?
If you sent me an Elder Scroll,
honey,
teach me how to do a spell.
Honey,
teach me how to do a spell, and I'll believe.
Go online.
No, you teach me. You're a freaking wizard.
Early morning.
You're a wizard, right? Teach me how to do some spells, and I'll totally believe. That's how you would convert me. Teach me how to do some spells.
Weaving his spells.
Come on.
You like Ozzy?
Put your money where
you like Ozzy? I like Ozzy.
Do the thing. Teach me a spell. Teach me how to do a spell. I got wands. I can get a wand. I can get,
I gotta do something where the trolls can hear it. Are you crazy? Anyway, the internet has given us many wonderful things: instant messaging, movies on demand, online gaming, BBC Bite Size. But the internet has also brought new ways of communicating negatively that weren't possible when memes were delivered by carrier pigeon. We're talking about internet trolls. In children's stories, a troll is an angry antisocial monster hiding under bridges, ready to snatch up goats called Billy. Instead of under bridges, though, internet trolls hide behind their computers or their phones and go out of their way to cause misery online. BBC Bite Size spoke to 3 influencers about their experience of trolling, how it made them feel, and what they did about it. Trolls are people who leave intentionally provocative or offensive messages on the internet in order to get attention, cause trouble, or upset someone. Liv is a mental health and self-love advocate experiencing trolling when she gained more followers. She told us she received comments like fat, disgusting, and vile. A troll is someone who comments negatively on a personal part of yourself, she said. Well, that's one aspect, but that ain't all. Fatima, that's actually a pretty name, if I understand correctly. Fatima is a dancer and model and knows when she puts out certain posts, she will get particular hate. She said when she posted a video of herself dancing on holiday, she received a lot of love, but also a lot of hateful messages. That's horrible. She's a dancer. She should get a lot of good.
Listen, people are mean.
They are.
You know this. People are mean.
I know this. Rosie, former Love Island contestant, did some filming with Bite Size about gaslighting, and when the video was released, she received some nasty comments about her appearance. I think everyone experiences some sort of online trolling and bullying, said Rosie. Maybe. I disagree. I think the vast majority of people online never get trolled. Because they're just not on their radar.
Vaughn, no.
They're just not on their radar, though.
Everybody. Here's the sad part. I can show you multiple pages. People who have 5 or 6 subscribers. People who are doing barely anything, and they too have trolls. People who are just dancing. Yeah. People who are just cooking. People who are just feeding squirrels. Everybody has them. You're not special.
What's wrong with feeding a squirrel? What the?
I don't fucking know, but everybody gets them. You're not special. Everybody has them. So get that out your mind right now.
Now, see, there's where I gotta stop you.
I'm not gonna let you believe that you're special in the sense
I'm
you're
special.
the only one.
Wait a minute. I'm not special.
You're not the only one with trolls.
Okay, hold on. I'm not special in a narcissistic way. I'm special in the fact that they've targeted my family and my finances. Most of these people that are trolled, they're just made fun of, and then the trolls move on. But that's not what my trolls do. My trolls have literally targeted my family and my finances for destruction. And sadly, they got the local government down here to help them do it, sadly. And that's a shame. And hopefully I could turn that shit around, but I don't know if I'll be able to. The trolls then have their hateful messages rebroadcast to a wider audience when a target of their trolling or their followers respond. The other type of trolls are people who exhibit a psychological trait known as negative social potency. Negative social potency. This means they enjoy causing harm to others. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. These trolls get pleasure from upsetting those they target with abuse. So if their victim responds, it only encourages them to continue, said Imram.
See, I like to abuse you by annoying you.
You don't
Because-
abuse me. Oh God.
Yeah, it annoys you. Then you get all
You
flustered
don't-
and
you
you
don't
yell
know.
sometimes.
Honey.
And I
if-
think
if-
that's
if-
hilarious.
Let me quote you. Let me quote you a famous song from the 1970s. If you could read my mind, love, oh, what a tale of thoughts could tell. Just like an old time movie about a ghost from a wishing well.
What does
In a
that
castle
mean?
dark or a fortress strong, the chains would come. Let's see. The chains. I forget the rest of the lyrics. Anyway, the
What
point
does
is,
that
very
mean?
famous song. If you could read my mind, okay, in other words, if you knew what the fuck I was thinking, you would know that you're way the fuck off. You're way off.
Don't
You're
ever
way off from
serenade
where
me
I'm at.
again.
You are
Don't-
way off from where I'm at. Way
Listen, right now, we got to have an understanding. Let's make an understanding. Don't you ever serenade me again.
Okay.
off. Too
Well,
bad. So sad.
Don't
I
you
just-
ever...
Too bad.
I just want to say Gordon Lightfoot is rolling in his grave right now. To be
I mean, it's one thing. There is some self-punishment involved with me talking to Vaughn. Like, I know 40% of the time that if I'm talking to Vaughn, it's going to get to a place where I'm exceptionally uncomfortable. He sings, he hits on me, he alludes to the white buffalo, the big red one. And I keep doing it. And I think I don't know if anybody appreciates the pain I put myself in for your sheer amusement. You know?
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And you know, I don't know. I don't know if you guys do appreciate it. I think I'm gonna quit the internet because nobody loves me anymore. Yep, I'm gonna quit the internet unless
Right.
someone makes a diss track about me.
Ooh, it's out there now, folks.
Yeah,
Who's
if I
gonna
get a
do it?
diss track, I'll come back. But I think I'm gonna quit because I realize I just put too much energy into this. I'm gonna go hang out with Vaughn from now on because he appreciates me. You guys don't appreciate me.
See, well,
You know.
driven her into Vaughn's arms, essentially.
I think Vaughn just snatched me up. I'm quitting all of you, the petty fam, all of this. I'm gonna go hang out with Vaughn because he's better. He's nice to me. You know, he's got trailers. Do you have a trailer, Secular?
I don't have a trailer.
There it is. So I don't know.
I can't offer you a single. He's got a double wide too now. He has. That's what he's
Exactly.
talking about. It's time
Yeah.
to up it. He's up.
I need
He's
to
leveled up.
upgrade. And that's what I'm saying. I need to level up because I'm looking at the chat and I'm looking at these trolls, these haters, these naysayers, these criminals, you know? And I'm like, why am I hanging out with you guys when I could be fucking kicking it with a wizard? You know? So
Well, that's the thing too, right? He's got the magic stuff.
yeah, he's got the magic stick, you know? So
He's the Cherokee chin slide, wasn't that the
holy
the famous
shit. Whoa. That's a good one.
Well, I think that we were talking about that before. I think that I got to give credit to Mindbender out there on that one, but
Oh, that's disturbing.
I think it was something along the effects that his beard would have handles to his Cherokee chin slide.
Yes, we had fallen down that, and that's what I mean. Every time I talk to Vaughn, we get to a place where I'm just disgusted with myself, with reality, with just I just like, oh, what am I doing? But it's gonna happen again tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go hang out with Vaughn on his channel. I guess we're gonna be on Rumble or BitChute. I'll let you know where I'm at. I'll send you links, and yeah, I'm gonna do another dumbass thing for the people who don't appreciate me. So, you know.
Well, okay, folks. Well, you heard it. It's out there. So I guess I really don't know what to say to that. I guess the question, you know, I don't want to keep you too long. Is there anything that sticks out in your mind that happens in the next? I don't know how much more of this.
No, he just rambles. I just literally let him ramble.
Right.
I let him ramble for almost 3.5, 4 hours. I just let him go. There is nothing here that makes sense. And that's what's happened in every single interview I've done with Vaughn. I just kind of let him talk. Mm-hmm. And that's when you get the best information from him. He can't sit on a panel. He can't debate. It's really hard for him to do that. You need to just let him talk. And the more he talks, the more you understand that he's insane.
There might be something. There might be something there. There might. Be. He's been evaluated. That's the thing, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not so insane to where he can't
And
take care of
the only
himself.
thing apparently that any computer has about any evaluation is that he may or may not be a pedophile. Apparently, the University of Kentucky. That's the only thing that he's
Exactly, and I
confirmed,
remember
but-
that. I do think he has, yeah. Anybody who remembers that conversation, yeah, I believe it, and I told Vaughn to his face that I believe he has some issues with children. So, yeah, I'm happy his kids aren't with him. He should never be around children.
Oof.
Period. At all. He never, ever, ever. He'll never admit that, but I personally, yeah, he checks all the boxes. He did all the, yeah. So, it's unfortunate.
All right. Well,
What's
I'll tell
good
you,
is that he's alone and he's contained. If Vaughn is an SCP, I will say thank you to the trolls, haters, and naysayers for keeping him contained, because he's well contained. So,
he's pretty isolated.
so I appreciate you guys for that. Yeah, and thank you for letting me play with your little contained SCP for a while.
Yeah.
I'll shoot you the link in the morning.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And if you could put out a link to your channel, because some people may not know that you a little while ago switched. You have a different channel. It's not Ms. Parker anymore.
Yeah, I have a different channel. I forgot what the name of it is now.
Petty.
I thought it was petty stuff, but then I changed it again because I was gay for a month, and then I changed it again because I was a white woman. So.
Oh, okay.
It's back to petty stuff. Here we go. I'm gonna get you the link. Okay, there. I'm gonna drop it.
Just throw it right out in the main chat.
I will try to interview Corky. You're not the only one who's asked. Nugget, you're not the only one. I'll try. I will. I'll reach out to Nick and see if he'll talk to me. He seems like he's in a good place. So, yeah.
Yeah. They've been actually. I gotta give them credit. Out of like all the power duos we've seen, from Vaughn and Mouse to Shani and Rev, they've been smart enough just to get right off the internet, pretty much, except for like Facebook and stuff. So I gotta give them credit there.
They were smart. They seem happy, and even if they're not happy, they're only posting the good stuff. And they did a few little. Seems like they did some interviews. I gotta say, G-Man and Nick Bravo won the internet, and it's gonna be really hard for you to get your Locale of Award, I think, this year, because I personally think G-Man should win, and I know a lot of people contest that, but I think he should win. He won. Out of everything that went down, that motherfucker walked away with a house.
He did.
He did. He has more now than he did when he started.
And
nobody else can say that.
To be technical, he has the first Lulz Cow Award.
I'm saying, I think it would be serendipitous for him to get it. That's just my pitch for G-Man this year. But then you also have Corky, who out of nowhere snatched a bitch from another man states away.
Yeah.
Amazing cow move. And was, like you said, smart enough to get off the internet.
Yeah.
So
that's points. Unfortunately, the award usually goes to the dumb, the fail. So
see, well then we're gonna have to make an anti-cow award, because somebody's got to win. There's like, my redemption story finally happened.
Well, maybe you could do the redemption awards, like the Redeemer.
Redemption.
Lulz
Okay.
Cow Redeemer Awards or something.
I'm only gonna send a sticker though. You send them you're nice. They have all sorts of stuff to look at. They might get a sticker. Ooh, no, a PDF, because I don't give a shit.
Yeah, there you go. Just send them an email. Congratulations.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
All right.
Thank you for having me, Hot Sauce. I love you to pieces. Blame Canada, and I'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay, well, thank you for coming. I enjoyed it, and I'm going to give the people what they want. Maybe a little hot dog song for an exit. So these people are savages with it. But
They're disgusting. All right.
see ya. All right, folks, thumbs it up on the way out, all that good stuff. Let's end on a high note.